Oh, we got some people in already. All right. How's everybody doing? My name is Vince with Truckers Unite Now, and just give me a second here and we will start rocking and rolling, guys. Thanks for being here. Can everybody hear me okay? Damn it. You gotta be kidding me. Thank you for tapping the screen. Nope. All right. All right. We're having just a few difficulties, guys. Just give me a second here. I apologize. Voice effects, no. Damn this phone. Damn this technology. You guys love this technology? Driving you nuts all the time? All right. Background. There we go. We'll get Mother Trucker in there today. What do you guys think? Let's get no, we're not gonna do that. Son of a gun. Sorry guys, we're having some little technical difficulties. I'll get with you in just a minute, guys. I apologize. I'm having some issues with my phone, so just give me a minute here. I wouldn't be surprised if the government was messing with my phone, because this happened on the last live too. All right, Sean, let's see if I can bring you up. Okay, it is working. All right, cool. 257. Perfect. Okay, I think we're up and running. Can everybody hear me okay? Can you let me know in the chat, please? Can everybody hear me? Yay or nay? Just so I know. Can everybody hear me okay? Let's see. Moonshine, welcome in, welcome in. Hey, brother, can you guys hear me or no? We can hear you just fine, says Moonshine. Okay, cool. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Vince with Truckers Unite Now. Yes, okay, good, good. Yes, thank you, guys. Kate says yes. All right, cool. My name is Vince with Truckers Unite Now. We are freelance journalists here for you. We are American trucking advocates, and we are here for you guys, okay? Moonshine, how's it going, brother? Welcome in.
Oh, it's going just down here in old West Virginia playing around.
West Virginia, huh? Okay. We're gonna get started in just 1 second, okay? Give me 1 second here. I'm having so many issues with my phone. I haven't shared it out yet either.
You're coming in loud and clear over on this end.
Okay, good, good. I had some issues on the live on Friday also, so I'm just gonna send some of these out and then we'll rock and roll. So just so everybody knows, everything said on this show is for entertainment purposes only. Um, Again, we are freelance journalists. We're here for truck drivers and small carriers. If you'd like to come up, just invite yourself up or let us know in the chat that you want to come up. Everybody gets a minimum of 3 minutes. You're safe here. You will not be disrespected here. You will not be insulted here. You'll be lifted up. You'll have fun. I'm glad everybody's here. Thank you for tapping the screen, sharing, liking. Thank you for the comments. That helps us get into the FYP, the For You page, the algorithm, right? We're trying to gather people together. Right now, with autonomous coming, with those 500 trucks coming to Texas, we're in a lot of trouble. So this isn't a game anymore. This isn't fun and just for something to do. Like, this is very serious. Um, I don't know about y'all or what your situations are, but trucking is everything to me. Trucking, I've always been a somebody, but until trucking, I didn't really have a good life. When I became a truck driver, that's when I was able to buy a house. I was able to do nice things for my family, go on vacations here and there. Now that hasn't happened in 3 years. Thank you for sharing the live pastime. But this is a very serious thing, and I'm noticing a lot of advocates are getting burned out. People, it's hard to get to rally the troops, right? It is very difficult. But if there's any time in history to be a patriot, thank you so much, Mike. Welcome to the team. If there was any time in history to rally together, if there was any time in history to be passionate about your country, about your fellow truck drivers, about your industry, about your family, um, now is the time for us to be selfish in a way of thinking about our country first, thinking about ourselves first, right? Because right now we can't afford to feed other companies. We can't afford to continuously feed the global elites, the corporate giants. Enough is enough, you guys. Yeah, Gary, 36 years on the road. Thank you, brother, for your service. Thank you. To me, truck drivers are superheroes wearing invisible capes, right? I got that from Sean. And it's true, let me invite him up as a matter of fact. I don't know where he went. I think he's having connection problems. Um, but yeah, to me, truck drivers are superheroes. Truck drivers' lives, our average lifespan is 61 years old. Our job is 7 times more dangerous. So a lot more of us are not going to make it home than police officers, right? So they keep it dumbed down so that people don't focus on how important truck drivers are. 3 days, this entire country would collapse if truck drivers were not running the country. If over the road truck drivers, regional truck drivers, local truck drivers were not doing their job, it would be over. Nobody else would have a job. Anyways, Mike, welcome in, brother. How you doing?
All doing pretty good.
Nice. Nice. So you're in where? West Virginia?
Yeah, on I-64 heading back to Columbus.
Oh boy, you guys been hanging out there for like a week now.
We got it dedicated for the next 6 weeks.
All in that area?
Yeah, well, up to around Chicago, then down to North Carolina, then back up to Chicago, uh, over to Boston, and then Wheeling, West Virginia on Friday.
Very nice. Very nice. So what do you think about this autonomous? How does that make you feel?
You know, they have so many problems with the cars, and it's going to be a shit show when there's an accident. You're gonna, if I was involved in an accident with a uh, autonomous vehicle, I would go after everybody, the people that made the truck, the people that made the software, the company that owned the truck. I'd go after everybody, and it wouldn't be just for a couple measly dollars either.
Yeah. My whole look on all of that is they're saying that, oh, we're still going to put drivers in the autonomous truck in case there's an emergency. I don't know about you, Mike, but me personally, I have already dedicated myself to, I will not drive an autonomous truck, and here's why. You know, I'm gonna get complacent. If I'm in a truck that drives itself all day, am I not gonna become complacent? There is no way. I mean, it's hard enough already driving 11 hours. Could you imagine driving 11 hours doing literally nothing? It's already bad enough just cruise control. But
Oh,
imagine doing nothing.
I wouldn't be doing nothing, man. I'd be posting videos on TikTok and
Okay.
everything else.
Yeah, so would I.
I
And then
mean,
guess what happens? The truck malfunctions, there's an accident, and guess who they point the finger at? That's why they
exactly.
want drivers in autonomous vehicles, because they need an scapegoat. They need someone to throw under the bus when things go bad until they perfect it. And you know what? Truck drivers, for decades, we have been helping these global elites and these corporate giants. We have been funding our own demise. And I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not nicey nice, like, oh, you want to do some research in my truck or some studies on me or the truck? No, stay out of my truck, stay out of my life, leave me alone. I'm doing just fine without you. I don't need you. I don't need anything else in the truck. Leave me alone. No more. That's me. And my hope is that all truck drivers have that opinion. Of course,
I
that's
want to
you're
know
right.
how that truck's going to go into a scale house and get a DOT inspection.
Right.
How it's going to charge itself if it's electric. How
Right.
it's going to, let's just say it goes to the, I don't know what you got there in Reno, but let's just say the Kroger's warehouse.
Right.
Okay, how is that truck going to know what parking spot to pull into? How's it going to open up its doors and back into a dock?
Right. Well, they'll figure it out. Trust me, they'll figure it out little by little. But my big issue is we're not feeding millions of families. We're feeding 20 families. That's it. That's my issue. I don't have a problem with technology. I mean, Elon Musk said it best, you know. He said technology always gets to a point where jobs are destroyed, but not at a fast pace like AI. AI is doing it at such a fast pace, it's not going to give the human race a chance to go learn something new or find something else to do to make money and to have passion in your life, right? Love what you do.
Yeah.
It's going to
I mean,
happen just overnight and people are going to go crazy. So I
what do
will
these
go ahead.
what do these people think's going to happen? I mean, we walked into a Taco Bell the other day, and they don't even have a human powered register. You got to put in your own freaking order.
Right. Right.
And look at all these gullible suckers. I'm sorry to say it, but they're a bunch of suckers
Yeah.
that walk into a store. They spend an hour, 2 hours in there shopping, and then they go check themselves out. You're doing the job of somebody that works for that company. I don't work for Walmart, Target, Home Depot, 7-Eleven, Pilot. I don't work for none of them people. I'm not going to do somebody else's job.
Right.
Now,
Right.
if you want to roll up and offer me a 25% discount for doing a human job of an employee that works at that store, then maybe I would think about checking myself out. But I probably still wouldn't do it because it's freaking people. These people, these millennials need to wake the hell up and realize that their jobs are on the fucking line. They
Right.
already got a restaurant in California that's run completely by freaking robots. So keep up your shit, people, and you're going to be sitting at home with no paycheck,
Sir
and the
Tony.
government's going to be giving you your $50 a month and your half a loaf of bread and shit to live on.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's what I'm saying, you know, I will not drive an autonomous truck. I won't touch one. And you know, if it gets to the point, I've also heard that there's going to be a lot of hostler jobs, right? Or there's going to be a lot of local jobs where you can take the autonomous, you know, the autonomous truck from a long haul brings in the trailer, you disconnect and connect another trailer, it goes out, you bring that trailer locally. I won't do that either. I will not encourage the loss of millions of jobs, no matter what it costs me. Now that's just me. Everybody has to make their own decision, right? We're in America.
Yeah.
So that's great. But I will not encourage global elite greed. I will not encourage any more corporate greed. Dude, I've been staying out of Home Depot. I've been paying more at Ace Hardware. I've been paying more at the local grocery store instead of going to Costco. Obviously there's a few things you can't completely stop shopping at those places, but Walmart, I go into Walmart like maybe once a year. And I've been doing that for about 3, 4 years because I try not to encourage buying things from China if possible, because you got to start somewhere. What power do we really have other than our money? What power do we have,
Yep.
So, anyways, all right, Mike, if you want to drop down and come back, you can, or,
Okay. I just got one more thing to say.
all right.
Um, and what you're doing is great, Vince. I love it. Okay. And there's some of these other advocates out there that need to realize and wake up that there is no I in the word team. In order for this industry to get better, we got to come together and quit trying to do things on our own and by ourselves. It's about everybody. We
That's
got to get
right.
everybody together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yes.
you can't keep thinking that way. It's got to be everybody. Everybody's got to stand up and do something instead of having your own agenda and this person over there having their own agenda. It's good that they got these ideas, but everybody needs to put all their shit together in one cup and all fight for what's right.
That's right. That's right. Well, thanks, Mike. We really appreciate you, brother, and come back around if you want, okay?
Yeah,
Um,
check out our page, WeTheTruckers.com. Right
that's right.
behind it
That's right.
says peace.
Yes.
This is a good word, Mike. So, is if everybody put their differences aside, it doesn't matter if you're a flatbed, if you're a reefer or drive-in, hauler, whatever. We're an industry as a whole, and that's what we got to sacrifice and fight for is our industry for the generation coming up behind us, right? Leave something better than what we had. So, well said on the come together part.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in, Mike. Sean, just so you know, I again on the live, I'm gonna figure out after the live, but I have no control over muting again. I can bring people up, but I can't drop people down either. So would you do that for me, please? When I say thanks for coming in, would you drop them down? And if they don't mute, will you mute them, please? Um, I'll figure it out after the live. Sage, welcome in, man. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going? Yeah,
Good.
me when I keep it just so I wouldn't cross mic on anybody. Yeah, I think
Right on.
I've been in freight over 30 years. I've been, everything from owner operator, carrier, freight broker, insurance agent, pretty much every aspect. So a lot of the autonomous trucks that are already come in, they can pretty much do a lot that they can, the backing up to the docks and stuff like that, they can already do. But they're not looking to take over all of the trucking industry. It was like when the railroads came in, also, right? They're looking to possibly hit a percentage of the different lanes, like lower states, and run across that way. In regards to DOT inspections, a lot of the things that they're going to have is going to have chunk of sensors and stuff like that that will go off, and when that has issues, it will basically pull itself over to the point to be able to get mechanics and things out there like that.
Right.
I do agree. Like I said, in regards to trucking, like I'm an honest guy in a world of liars, I'm told. So
Ah,
personally, I'm a freight broker and an insurance agent. I know I'm going to hell. I get it.
oh, brother.
I'm one
Hey,
of those honest guys that try to do those. But
Sorry, judging as soon as you said that, you know what I mean? I'm kidding.
yeah,
I
I know.
I respect
I've
that.
also been an owner operator, and I still have a CDL. So I'm kind of that fight within that internal fight between hell and heaven, all in one, right?
Hey, I
But
respect that, man. Honest man. I love it.
yeah, and I do over-dimensional freight, but a lot of times it's like I think you're right.
Hey,
In
fair
regards
warning, this is one of the guys I was telling you about. I've been trying to tell you, but this is one of the guys that actually posted my address and everything else. He's a troll, and he's all about trying to, like,
All right. Well, Mike, hold on. Mike, he has his
be
three
real careful
minutes.
with this one.
Mike, he has his 3 minutes. So wait, let him finish first, and then we can talk about it.
yeah, no problem. Like, and
All right.
he's confusing me with another guy named Narc, but that's okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
And I do. So I do feel that there in an industry, the best way to fix the industry is the drivers having knowledge of how the industry works from not just the steering wheel aspect, but the total logistical package. And that's usually the best way that a carrier or truck driver can basically move forward and be better than everybody else. Basically, that's kind of the gist. So, like I said, I
Yeah.
I have a YouTube page, like 27,000 followers, stuff like that.
Okay.
I won't say the name, but it's some of the stuff that
You can say the name if you want. You just, so on any platform, you can't say specifically, hey, go check out my page on so and so, but you can say my YouTube page is so and so if you want.
I didn't want to disrespect you and give it out.
Oh no, that's what my show's all about, brother.
Shows up. Yeah.
Truckers Unite now, bro. It does. Look it. This doesn't say Vince's Truckers Unite. This says Truckers Unite now. This is for all of us. Go ahead. What is it?
Very true. But yeah, so
Yeah.
it's Sage Outcast X on YouTube. But yeah.
Okay.
So, like I said, there's always, like I said, I know Mike's not like me, but that's okay too. And we don't all like each other,
Yeah.
but we try to
Yeah.
at least work with the industry.
Right.
I appreciate you letting me come up, and I'm gonna continue listening.
All right, brother. Hey, thanks for coming up, man.
I'm trying to figure out how to drop myself. So
You know what? Yeah, Sean's gonna have to do it. Well, thanks for coming up, Sage. Come up anytime. And I have no dropping powers, unfortunately. I try to keep a very organized page. So my apologies. Okay, Sean did it. Charlie, welcome in. How are you?
Hey, Vince. I know you don't know me. Sean knows me. I'm all for the Truckers Uniting. One thing that, a lot of us have been discussing over the past, couple weeks in regards to this autonomous trucking coming in is, no. Sorry, I had a phone call coming in.
That's
It's
okay.
not going to take over the entire trucking industry overnight, but even if it only takes over a small section, that's still, jobs lost. That's still families impacted. And when you look at the bigger picture and once autonomous trucks do multiply and grow and get smarter and so forth like that, think about, how many jobs it really is going to take. But it's not just going to take truckers' jobs. It's going to take brokers. It's going to take warehouse jobs. It's going to take so many other industry jobs. And then on top of that, you think about, all right, how many people are going to end up in the unemployment, statistics? How many families are going to have to apply for food stamps, Medicaid, welfare, and all of that stuff?
Exactly.
It's the trickle down effect. It's actually going to affect the entire nation as a whole. Taxes are going to go up to compensate for the unemployment and all of the assistance that these now unemployed, starving families are going to need. Okay, so your regular consumer is not going to be able to purchase the things that they are used to purchasing now. Okay, think about the money that it takes to put into these autonomous trucks. It's going to cost way more to build and upkeep one of these autonomous trucks than it is to pay one of us humans to drive a truck, because a lot of us pay for our own trucks to get fixed or fueled. Not everybody out here is a company driver where the company pays for everything. We pay for it. So that's not coming out of the general taxpayer's pocket. That's not coming out of the cost of freight. That's coming out of our pockets. That's $1,000 out of my pocket every time I got to fill this fuel tank.
That's right. That's right.
The general consumer is going to see higher prices, higher taxes, and less consuming, and it's going to negatively impact everything all around. So that's what they also have to understand is it's not just affecting us as drivers, it's going to affect everybody. So not only do the truckers need to unite, but we need to bring everybody in. We need to open up everybody's eyes, and from what I can see, the general public really doesn't want it. It's all about, like how you were saying, corporate greed. It's
Yeah.
all about money.
Well, you know what I think it is? Yeah, Charlie, are you living in my head? Can you like see right inside my head? Because you and I think identical. We think identical. Like I'm good at being able to tell. No, I'm not good at being able to tell the future, but I can see where this is going, right? Like I'm not a psychic or anything, but this is obvious where this is going to go. 20 families are going to be richer, and they already have 10 Ferraris each and 20 properties each. They don't
Yeah,
need
they don't have to
more.
worry about the price of goods going up because they
Yeah,
can afford it.
right. Right. It's
And not only that, you got drivers like me that my truck is my home. Not only will I lose a job, I'll lose my home.
right, right.
So, and it's not just me, my opinions. This is, and Sean can tell you, these are things that we've all talked about. This is a collection of information that I've gotten from other drivers and people that are more educated and knowledgeable in the autonomous, in the economics, and the financial aspects. I've been trying to just absorb everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just it's going to mess everything up. And the thing is I'm passing diesel signs now for 6.60 a gallon. I mean, it's
Well,
freaking
and what are we doing
insane.
about it, right? There lies the issue. If I look in the mirror, that's the problem. That is the real problem. It's what are we doing about it, right? And we have the power. Somebody in the chat, mindset said can't stop AI. Well, mindset, you know what? A lot of Americans 250 years ago said you can't stop Britain, and we did, damn it. We did.
Yeah,
You know why? Go ahead.
that's what the people of this nation need to understand is they'll stand up over these little things that are going on across the nation, but they won't stand up for bigger things. What they have to remember is that our government works for us. We do not work for them.
Ah,
Okay,
there we go.
all right.
Yep.
So the strength is in uniting, and that's what a lot of the I'll just call them evil doers of the world. That's what they rely on is division. Because if everybody is divided and can't come together over something, then we'll be conquered. If we can come together and put our pettiness and our pride and our egos to the side, it would be amazing what the people can actually accomplish. And so what we discussed was not just doing something on a nationwide scale. What a lot of us discussed is doing things also on your state level. I'm not saying go to your state capital or anything like that. I'm technically a Florida resident. I'm not from Florida, but I'm a Florida resident. So what me and a few others are organizing is a trucker unite together, like kind of get together, just a peaceful thing, no poster boards and tacky, gaudy stuff like that. We're coming
Wow.
together at the local fairgrounds, and it's going to be a bunch of like-minded truckers that believe in this big thing, because all of the other little things that we believe in is going to be pointless if autonomous trucks take our jobs. So we need to take care of the bigger picture first, and we're just going to have a good time coming together, and we're going to have like a banner out front that says, something along the lines. Look at how many families can be impacted by autonomous trucks in a negative way. We're going to have it nicely worded, and we are going to send a personal invitation to Ron DeSantis. If he'd like to join, he can join. If not, you'll see it on the news. We're not going to be out there rioting and protesting and acting ignorant.
Right. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Yeah.
Exactly. It never works. You can look at all of these numbers on paper and say, oh, it's going to impact this amount of, drivers. But when you actually see their faces, their spouses' faces, their children, their grandchildren's faces, it's going to make a bigger impact. And we're thinking about doing it in October, right before midterm elections. That way it's fresh in everybody's minds when it comes time to go to that voting ballot.
Welcome to the team. Well, you know what, Charlie? All I'm gonna say is if I ever have a sick day, can you take over the show for me, please? I'm serious. Like, okay, so
I cannot take credit for it. It's Sean will tell you. It's a large group of us that have come together with these thoughts and these ideas. I can't take all that credit, man.
well, listen.
See, I got her first, so she can be my back.
That's fine. Hey, whatever, wherever. What you're doing, Charlie, what you're doing, if everybody takes a little bit of their energy, their gift, and they spread it to whatever they're good at, what you're saying, you're uniting. Everybody gets on here and says truck drivers aren't uniting. Oh yeah, what's that? That you have nothing to do with me, right? Like you're doing it on your own. That's great.
I've never been in one of your lives before. I mean, I've heard your name and I've heard, what you believe in. And
Awesome.
I can't remember, somebody shared the live with me and I was just sitting here jamming out. I'm rolling through Columbus.
That's cool.
I was just jamming out and I heard, my phone ping and it was one of your lives. I was like, hey, I'll jump in, check it out for the first time. But that's another thing that we talked about is, okay, yes, we've got multiple groups that all believe in this very important topic. Put our other difference of opinions to the side and focus on this big thing that we all believe in and all come together and support different groups. Don't just support your group. Support, the other groups that you see that are being shared and broadcast on live. We all need to support each other in this, or else we're all going to be standing in the same damn welfare line. Simple as that.
That's right.
Saying, hey.
That's right. Charlie, I have no, oh, go ahead, Sean. Sorry.
It's crazy. I can tell you're a person that listens. As you're speaking, I can hear multiple people's voices that you have listened to and have actually used in this live. And it's amazing that a person that actually can listen and actually take all the voices that she's heard and then actually put that all into a sentence and get it out there. That's phenomenal. I mean, just for the last couple of days, I've seen you kind of grow in different lives already. I'm gonna keep a close eye on you. I think you're gonna be a major advocate in this, and keep up the hard work. And I always tell everybody advocating, 99% or 90% of it is listening, 10% of it's talking, and it shows that you are actually listening and then using that 10% and spreading that message everywhere. So
thank you, Sean.
Amazing job. Amazing job.
Thank you. That's an amazing compliment coming from both of you guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we need you on our team, Charlie. We need you on our team. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring everybody together. We don't have to agree on everything. That's fine. But there's a bigger agenda here. So let's show them what strength in numbers really means, because they don't understand it, do they? The global elite, the corporate giants. So
they have absolutely no idea. I mean,
yeah,
you got your very select, less than 1% that actually built themselves up from the ground up, and a lot of those even forget where they came from. And I think that you're never going to find more than one person that agrees on 100% of everything. There's always going to be a difference of opinion, but difference of opinion is good.
That's right.
It brings different perspectives, different ideas, different solutions, to the table. There might be something that one person didn't think of, that another person will think of.
Right.
And so it's just, you got two different minds, two different souls. You're going to have two different opinions. Simple as that.
Yeah. So Charlie, thanks for coming in. We're going to get to some other drivers. If you want to come back around though and talk some more, you can. I try to keep it to 3 minutes, but everybody follow Charlie. This is a up runner right here. This is the next trucking advocate right here. See, more and more every day. Truck drivers won't unite my ass. Yeah. Good job, Charlie. I really appreciate everything you're doing. Seriously. Keep up the good work. All right. Mike. All right. Mike, welcome in, brother. How you doing?
Bro, it is way too windy on the beach right now to be on this, but I'm just trying to.
Oh, rub it in.
Give you some love, but
yeah, rub it in.
Yeah, we need to talk about that Sage Outcast, and I'll give you videos and prove that my point, show you who he really is.
Okay. But, well, let's talk about it off the live. No, I appreciate that. I'll call you after, and I'd like to see that for sure. Dude, I can't even give you. Thanks, Mike. Enjoy the beach. Thanks for rubbing it in. Appreciate it. Yeah. Samantha, good morning. Welcome in.
Why is it on the beach? I gotta draw the line in the sand.
Yeah.
On the beach, but yeah, I had to kick him down. I hope he's laughing. I hope he's enjoying his vacation.
If I had controls over my phone right now, I'd have the little, right after that. That was good. That was good. Samantha, hi, welcome in. Good morning.
How are you, Vince?
I'm good. I'm good. What's on your mind?
So, first, Charlie, absolutely phenomenal. It's really encouraging to hear people coming together. One thing I want to talk about real quick is we started working on legislation for autonomy in 2012. In 2012. And if this industry hadn't been so busy fighting about stuff that did not matter, you could have made a dent then. You will not stop autonomy. There is no stopping it. You need to understand. What you can do is control the narrative of how it affects you, whether or not they give homage to the people who built the industry, whose back they're going to run this thing off of. And you have to do that by coming together, by setting aside the stuff that doesn't matter. And you have to have a strategy. This is not going to get to be this can't be reactive, guys. This industry has always been reactive. We cannot continue that. There's going to have to be a proactive, strategic approach that recognizes the machine that it's a part of. I keep saying this. Sometimes I'm sick of hearing myself say it. You do not fix a machine unless you
Right.
get inside it.
Right.
No mechanic will ever pick up a hammer and start beating on the outside of an engine.
That's
What
right.
he's going to do is get inside that engine, figure out what's broken, replace the broken piece, fix the broken piece, put a new seal in, put fluid in, whatever he's got to do, and then put it back together. Why you guys are beating on this thing with a hammer is beyond me. But I know that that's not what we have to do. I know that there's a plan that will accomplish what you want, and that plan has to be re-refined every day as new things come up, as new companies like Hirschbach buy autonomous trucks. But again, I want you to hear me when I say this. They started the move toward legislation in 2012.
Wow.
What
Wow.
kind of silly shit were you guys arguing about in 2012 that was more important than that?
Nonsense. It doesn't help either, eating unhealthy food, lowering your vibration, lowering your energy level. It doesn't help doom scrolling. It doesn't help wasting time. It doesn't, because tomorrow never comes, right? Today's the day to start. Oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow. No, no, no. Do it today. Today is the day. Time is ticking. None of us know what's going to happen tomorrow. Forget tomorrow. Today is what we have. We have right now.
That's the key, is whatever happened up until this point. Today is May the 5th, 2026. So everything that happened before today is absolutely irrelevant. Now the question becomes, what do we do starting today? Ask somebody who has a plan. What is the task, the one task I can do today to help move the plan forward so that we control the narrative? You got to understand, guys, we don't get to stop it. And I don't know that we want to. Educate yourselves. Let's do that, okay? Please learn
Bingo.
some things.
Bingo.
Instead that you currently know, could you please learn some things and understand that there are some good things about autonomy? The first thing is it's going to force in an interstate system. They've been regulating an interstate industry on an intrastate basis. That's one of the things that's kept you fragmented. So autonomy will force in an interstate system. That's a good thing. But how do we use that to your advantage? How do we make sure you don't get set by the wayside, get ignored, get pushed away, and all of your efforts up until this point for nothing? You have to control the narrative. There's a way to do that. Stop arguing about things that don't make a difference. Ask somebody who knows, and let's get it done, okay?
And get involved.
Yeah, what's some of the topics that you would say of right now to make a change, or to slow it down and stop it?
The very first thing that has to happen is this group of 3.9 million people, we have to get enough of them to come together that you become a force to be reckoned with. Do you guys understand? Legislators don't care what you say. Two truckers can't decide on what color the sky is. So as long as that's the belief, as long as you allow them to believe that, why would they listen to a word you have to say? So the first thing you have to do is come together in a way that says, here we are, and we're not playing, and we all agree on this particular thing, and we expect you to pay attention, because if we can gather 435, we can gather 1,000, we can gather 10,000, we can gather 500,000, we can gather 4 million. And when we do, and you haven't paid attention, now we can make a difference that you've never seen before. But you have to become that credible threat first. You are not a credible threat until you've done that. So you start there, and then once you do that, you begin to use your voice to move things in the direction you want them to go. But you better find 435 people that are going to come together first, so you ain't getting nothing done.
Right. Right. You're absolutely right. Go ahead, John.
All the radio channels right now and singing that song "Come Together."
Dude, I'm trying. I am constantly bothering anybody and everybody with a big voice. I am constantly pestering them because what does the squeaky wheel? When does the squeaky wheel stop squeaking? When it gets the grease, right? I guarantee you eventually I'm going to get on a radio show somewhere. I'm going to get on TV. That is what I'm trying to do. Not for myself, for all of us, for our industry, because our industry needs a powerful voice, a real voice, where people can come on and they can explain what their ideas are, what their unity looks like, what their plan is, not just what I think, but even if I disagree with you, you're still going to be able to come on the show and explain what your ideas are. That's what we need, in my opinion. Samantha, you know how I got started 9 months ago. You know, for years I've been driving around the country, and I watch everything you guys watch, and I hear everything you watch, and I keep thinking to myself, somebody's going to change this. There's no way this corruption's going to keep going. There's no way these greedy people, these global elites, these corporate giants, there is no way that this is going to continue. Somebody's going to get up and do something about it. That was my selfish thought. Lucky, welcome to the team. And you know what the real truth is? No one's coming to save us. Samantha is right. So you know what I did? Me, really a nobody. I'm just like you. I'm just a blue collar worker with zero money in my savings account, a beautiful family, and I work my ass off 90 hours a week. You know what I did? I said, I'm going to have to work a little bit harder than 90 hours a week. I'm going to have to get today working a 15-hour day. I'm going to have to put in 2, 3, 4 hours of advocacy, try to unite people, try to do, and that's my goal, is to unite us all, right? To help us all come together. Whether we agree or disagree, I don't care. My thing is, I try to get people talking. That's Sean and me. That's mainly what we do. Research, trying to get people to talk, being positive, trying to get people together. And so you know what I realized? All those years I thought I can't even make a dent. I'm just one person. You know why I thought that? Because that's how I've been programmed the last 48 years. But the truth is, and they don't want you to know this, but I'm going to tell you the truth. The truth is, you are special. You are a powerful person if you put your gifts into play. If we just stop doom scrolling 5 minutes a day and you find out what your gift is and you apply it, and I hope it's for the trucking industry or for America. I hope that's what it's for, or the middle class. You will find out your being is actually big. You are actually a big person, and your dent can create a tidal wave. Your ripple effect in the water, thank you, Sean, for the roses, can create a tidal wave. Like, look at what Sean and I have created, and we're just getting started. We're only a couple months into this. These lives, these permanent lives, this is our third week. And look at, we're holding it at 36. It was 50 a minute ago. That's amazing. And by the way, Matthew, thank you for the roses. Thank you for the likes, you guys. Thank you for the tapping that screen. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for sharing the live. You guys are awesome. We are also live on YouTube, X, and Facebook, and here on TikTok. Everybody there, thank you for coming to the live. And let's get into it. Bingo, thank you for your patience, brother. How are you? I can't hear you, brother.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, man. Good morning. How are you?
And it's really glad to meet you. And I named myself Bingo because I already knew in my head that someone else named Vince would be cool. And
Ah, right on, brother.
That's why I went Bingo. And then it's like the second day after I started, I seen you. It's like, oh, there is another Vince, you know. Just happened to be he is cool.
Nice. Thank you,
I
brother.
wanna, jump in real quick on. They're already setting up these automated trucks. They're going to do it, and they're not going to be stopped. And I mean, we can maybe. But the thing is, they got that safety system in the truck where they're looking at the truck's eyeballs. They're going to use that against us. They're already setting it up. They're gonna have it. They're gonna go up there and sell it because we're going to fight it. So they're getting ready for us to fight it. And they're going to say, look at the safety record. Look at these guys. They're looking at here. They're looking at every little thing. Scratch your arm. They're going to have a laundry list of things to sell to fight against. Well, when it comes time for us to fight against this, and it's going to be hard to beat because they're going to set it up where their safety records are going to look real good to the industry, look real good to against our safety record. Plus, then you got millions of more drivers running around that just got their driver's license out of a handbag, and then we
Yeah.
got that to deal with. So then they're going to really sell this, and I really believe the industry wants it. They don't really.
Oh yeah.
They
Yeah,
don't
they
care
do.
about the drivers, but they really don't care about the drivers. They care
No.
about the money. The thing is, what they don't realize is going to bite them in the end. Because I'm telling you, what's going to happen is that system is going to cost them more money than what we're costing them. But we don't want them to find that out. We got to stop them before that happens. But maybe there'll be something because we're going to set it up. It's going to be sweet for them. But what's going to be bad for us is that the systems aren't going to allow them to drive in bad weather. That means the driver's going to have to be there. We're going to be still putting on snow chains. We're going to be forced to be driving in bad weather. This is how they're going to do it. I already know. I can see the crystal ball.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So like
Smart
right now, I
man.
drive for a company that I could go wherever I want to go. I could go around the bad weather. My boss won't say nothing. If that truck is set to go a certain way to save miles, to get that load there on time, boom, you're gonna wake up bad when the truck's gonna go beep beep beep, pull over, driver must take over, driver. It's gonna be like that, guys. It ain't gonna be like all sweet and dandy and everything where we get to sleep in the back while the truck's going. None of that's gonna happen. We are gonna be forced to be in the worst conditions, the worst unsafe areas unmanageable. Truck is going to decide to stop wherever it wants. They don't even. I've been looking into it real deeply over the past few months of what they really want to do. They don't have. There's no. They're not going to get it done until they can find out who is liable. The liability is so high. Who are they going to sue? Who are they going to sue? That's
Right.
the truck's going to not be able to move that far. It's only going to be able to move in safety areas. They might pull you over and say, "Hey, construction next 12 miles, driver must take over." It's going to be like that. It's going to be so much worse than what you could ever imagine what they're going to do to this industry.
Well, Bingo, let me touch on that for a minute. So I keep telling everybody that's how I got started. You know, I see all these global elites and it's like, okay, let's say a global elite has a 16-year-old daughter and I have a 16-year-old daughter. The global elites, man, and all these rich people, they're buying their daughters, 20 Ferraris, and I can't even get my daughter a Honda Accord, but I'm working 90 hours a week. It's like the math ain't mathin', dude. You take the Kimberly Clark's warehouse, the warehouse in Ontario that just burned up, that warehouse fire. Okay. So they have about 40,000 employees. Their average employee makes $48,000 a year. In Ontario, California, for one person to survive paycheck to paycheck, it costs about $70,000 to live there. For a family of four, it costs $110,000 a year. Now, just follow me on this. They make net profit per year $2.55 billion. $2.55 billion. If they were to give, and that's after expenses, taxes, employees, lights, everything. If they were to give $750 million to their employees just to live paycheck and paycheck, I'm not talking about being able to get Starbucks once a week or go on vacation. No, that is just to be able to live, breathe, and eat and shit. That's it, right? Just paycheck to paycheck. If they were to do that, they would still be making $1.8 billion a year. So I ask these corporate giants, like, why aren't you paying your people a living wage? Like, how much freaking money do you need? And I'll also tell you this, if you look back in history, all global giants, corporate giants that get carried away with greed, which is the human heart, right? It's our trait as humans. We have to check our hearts first, right? Because we're all guilty of it, right? And who's is it your TV on or something, brother? It's super, super loud. Just so you know. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. So here's the thing, Bingo. This is what the corporate giants don't understand. You can have all the billions of dollars you want in the on the earth. You can have all the bunkers you want on the earth. If the people are not able to work and have their families and have the resources they need, they will eventually rally against you. And I'm not advocating for violence or saying that that's okay, but that is also human nature. So, you know, even a bunker has air vents that come up out of the ground that's for you to be able to breathe. So eventually the people are just going to get together in groups and do horrible things. Nobody wants that, but they don't see the writing on the wall. That's what's going to happen if you just keep ruining jobs. Felix, thank you so much, brother. You know what I mean?
Well, real quick, I'll let you get to the next person. You know, the what they've been wanting to do this for a long time. They want our pay scale to be basically like a laborer, like a warehouse boxer guy. And if they get those trucks that do most of the work, they could sell that. Okay, minimum wage, and they'll give you like maybe a flat weekly rate or something. Well, you
Right.
get the rest most of the time. They already
Right.
consider your 34-hour anywhere in the country time off. Oh yeah, I'm time off 3,400 miles from my home. Oh yeah, right. But they consider that time off. You're stuck at a horrible truck stop. So they're really, they've never been good to us. You know what I mean? I live here in California, and I make pretty good. I'm at the top of the deal. I'm at work at the best company, and I still can't make it. You know what I'm saying? So
I was just going to say, it might be good for the industry standard, but it's still garbage for what you need to have the American dream. Let's be honest. Am I wrong?
Yeah, we're fighting against it. Can you believe that we're fighting against these new things that they got coming out to even make it worse for us? But yet we should be fighting right now. That shouldn't even be considered. Instead, we should be fighting about our pay and how much we're getting. What out here, and
Right.
now we got to worry about these. I guess my wife heard something about they're going to do it in L.A. They're starting something with those trucks driving themselves.
Wow.
And we'll see how that goes. But
Wow.
if we don't do something, they're going to carry it all.
Well, brother, keep doing what you're doing. Keep getting on here and talking and go to other lives and get involved and go follow everybody. If you can, will you DM me? So, because I don't know what's up with my phone, but I can't follow people right now. So, will you DM me so I remember to follow you once I get off the live? Yeah.
On truck driver day off, I'm gonna go pick up an empty trailer that a fix-it shop they got done and help out. You see what I mean? So
Yeah.
we're never really off. But
Right.
nice meeting you, Vince.
You
And
too.
Bingo is Vince too.
Nice. All right, Vince.
Peace out, guys.
Later, brother.
Yeah, thank
Give
you.
you a follow too, bud.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, and Bingo, just so you know, thank you for all that you do for our industry and for our country. We really appreciate you. I mean that. Thank you.
I really do. I appreciate it back. Thanks, guys.
Right on, brother. Take care. All right. Next up, Milk Tan. I think I've talked with you before. Welcome in, brother. How are you? Milky Milk, where you at? Milk. There he is. I can hear you now.
Yeah, I think we've got a long uphill battle with this whole deal.
I think you're right.
Well, the worst part about it is, we can't get you guys to say residents. I think I just say fuck. Yeah, I think we've already been kind of crash test studied into this AI and automated and all that. The stores started doing the touch screen, get rid of the employees. That was the best part.
Right. Right. Well, you know what? I think it's by design that we have been like that for so long. Okay? I think getting CBs out of the truck, that was the first step. Feeding us poisonous food, that was the second step, making food, affordable food, cheap. That destroys your body, your vibration, your positivity, your brain function. The third step was just the overregulation, the stress. You know, all the stress that we go through. Do you know how bad that is for you? That's why our average lifespan is 61 years old. Did you know that? So I got 10 years left, brother. I got 10 years average. You know, I mean, okay, we're the same age. Yeah, but you know what? We're allowing it to happen. So how do we stop that? we just get involved somewhere, man. That's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to rally the troops and get everybody together. Even if we disagree, let's get together and let's have self-regulation. Let's work less and get paid more. Now everybody thinks that's crazy when I say that. What's wrong with making $300,000 a year and working 40 hours a week as a truck driver? Why is it okay? Why are we the only it's always just truck drivers. Truck drivers can't get time and a half. Oh no, it's different for trucking, right? All the regulation. Oh, but it's different. That you're a truck driver. No rights, no bonuses, no nothing. It's just, and it gets worse and it gets worse and it gets worse. That's how I started. That's how Sean got started. We're sick and tired of it, man. And our hope is that we motivate people, man. I hope I can motivate you, you know?
Yeah, I've been trying to get into more of a life here a little bit lately.
Awesome.
I'm a big creator. I just kind of like watching stuff on the internet and all that. But like I got engaged the other day and messaged him some stuff, and
Awesome.
that's pretty good conversation.
Yep. JD's cool. Yeah.
McAllen, I mean, I think his head is in the right spot all the way around, except I tried to talk to him or get a hold of him, and he's like, oh, you got to get a hold of me on some other website or whatever. And it's like, I just want to compensate, But it seems like if you don't follow his exact way, then he wants to forget. You know what I mean? His head's in the right spot, but he's going about it the wrong way.
Absolutely. Hey.
It's not wrong.
Right. Right. No, you're absolutely right. It's a lot of people, I think it's a human trait where we want something so bad that we make mistakes, can you Sean, can you mute Jonathan please till he comes up? You know,
Their heads are definitely in the right spot, but they're
right.
make people shy away.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. No, my thing is, you know what, if your heart is in the trucking industry, if your heart is about our country, if your heart is about helping other people, something bigger than yourself, man, I'm all for that. I try to push that, let people come up here. I try really hard and every day I'm like, okay, Vince, you don't have to have everything your way. Negotiate with people, right? The back and forth, right? The most successful people in the world, Milk, they don't get you think Elon Musk gets his way every day? Do you? No. Elon Musk probably gets 20% of what he actually wants in his head and in his heart. He only gets like 20%, but he's successful because he involves other people and not everything has to be his way or the highway. He's not a narcissist. I don't think he is anyway. And I don't agree with everything Elon does either. I don't agree with everything he does. But I mean, look what he did for us with X. X is the only social media platform that you can go to and almost say whatever you want or show whatever you want. Pretty much. It's a First Amendment free speech platform. Pretty much. You know?
And sometimes that's the best way to get rid of somebody is to actually listen to what they have to say.
Yeah.
Whether you agree with it or not, listen to what some of these guys and men and women, and we all have different opinions on everything. But everybody's answering the same thing. We're trying to make a living, take care of ourselves, our families, like with me, this is my fifth year being an owner operator, but I've been driving for years.
Oh wow.
Doing this, buying my new truck and everything, it had nothing to do with COVID and all that. That was a whole different issue with the guy that I was working for. I think really good money.
Right.
Started this company in hopes that it could grow, the kids could take it over and have their own,
That's right. Okay, well, we just lost
We'll bring him back up. We just got a warning because he said the pandemic word not the right way.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
Tell him to come back up. We'll bring him back in.
Okay, Milk, we had to drop you. You can't say the C word. You have to say pandemic or plandemic. Say plandemic. Just so all our viewers know, you can't say pew pew. You have to say pew pew. You can't say unalive. You have to say unalive if you know what I mean. Again, everybody that's watching, thank you so much. 34 beautiful souls. Every single one of you are amazing. Thank you for being here. Everybody that is working in the trucking industry or cares about the trucking industry, you are actually my hero. Okay, more than above cops, above the military. Not that I don't respect those industries, I do. But to me, truck drivers are the heroes, not me. You guys. You guys are the heroes. Thank you for all your hard work. Bullet, welcome in, brother. How are you? Thank you for your patience.
Hey, how you doing, Vance?
I'm good, man. Yeah.
So, I mean, I've been on your live I've seen you pretty much from the start, and I'm not trying to be negative or nothing like that, but honestly, I see one. It seems like these platforms, everybody that's really trying to do something, they are. Let me get my camera on. I guess I can.
They're doing what now? I didn't hear you.
The one thing I see the biggest, because back in Abrona, we were doing all the shutdowns, and I seen another comment on there, shut the highways down, blah, blah, blah. Well, we've already been there, done that. You have to look, you have to look at history. And history tells us with these trucks, one, we'll never come together as a whole. I mean, however many millions of us there are out there, it didn't happen in the 70s when they were throwing center blocks off the bridges. It didn't happen in Rona. It didn't happen for Black Smoke Matters. It didn't happen for the ELDs, and the ELDs, we fought tooth and nail for them, and they still came. So when it comes to the automatic trucks or whatever you want to call them, it's gonna happen. It really is. No matter what we do, but we have to pick and choose the fights and the battles that are worthwhile, if that makes sense. I mean, there was hell. I think we had about a group of 100 going just driving around DC on the loop. Pretty much slow rolling is what we called it back then. I'm trying.
Right.
A lot of them drivers lost their houses because they were so passionate about it. But what we've learned from that is number one, and I will always go back to this: the people outside of trucking, everybody that I've talked to, they're tired of hearing about like complaining ass truck drivers and all this other. So the only way any change will ever happen is you have to get the average people outside of trucking on with us. So if there's gonna be any kind of fight, and I don't mean physical by no means.
Right. Right. Neither do I. Yeah.
It has to be a give and take. So you have to look into what they want. You know what I mean? And still apply. So it's what they want half of it, and then what we want half of it. There's a lot of scenarios that I've even told you about in previous, the previous times that I came on your live. And I mean, I'm not the know all on how to fix everything. I mean, we tried a lot of stuff, and it even came down to, the trucks not wanting to shut down. We were going to start bringing 16 penny nail guns out. So it actually got really serious, and when I see the comments of, let's do shutdowns and all this other protests, we've been there. We did it as hard as we could. Now, I wish we had everybody that watches your live when we were doing it too. It would have helped. But the truth of it is, if we don't have 3 to 5 million people, ain't no changes ever going to be made. That's the sad part. When it comes to the platform, if I could give you any advice, Vance, I mean, I'm dead serious. I'm set on this. Like, you have to get a game plan. It has to be a full-fledged game plan that both sides, the trucking and the outside of the trucking, can agree on, and get as many people as you can, and just stick to that plan. The more you keep diverting to the autonomous trucks and all this other, and let's just be clear on that, trucks, they've already tried that. They're going to continue to try it.
Right. Right. They're not going to stop. Yeah.
That last company, they were doing the same thing, Dallas to Houston, and 45 there.
I remember.
They went belly up. One, because of insurance, and that's the other side of it. As soon as something happens badly on that road with nobody driving it, that's a huge lawsuit, and that's exactly what happened. They found that out. So autonomous, I wouldn't even worry about that fight because it's gonna happen just like ELDs and all the other stuff. So I do respect what you guys are doing. Now,
Thank you.
me personally, I fought tooth and nail as we all did back in the Rona, the Rona shutdowns and all that. And I'm not saying my health is the result of that. I'm sure it's trucking and everything else with my major heart attack, but uh, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So,
How long you been in the industry? How long have you been driving?
I started with my grandpa on the farm. So,
Wow.
not legally, I guess, if you want to call it
No,
that.
dude, these are the American stories we need. Guys like you are the men that we need to learn from, and we need to take everything that you have, learn it, and then add our own stuff to it to try and win. You know what I mean? And not enough people do that. Everybody says, "Oh, that trucker that's been driving 34 years, he don't know nothing." And I'm like, "Bro, it says in the Bible, like wisdom comes from years of experience. Like those are the men and women you need to listen to. Just shut up and listen." You know.
We always wish back, when we were doing everything, the protests and the peaceful stuff that we were trying to do, legal stuff that we were trying to do, rather, was actually going to do something. And
How do you guys get people together?
Well,
You were back together back then.
so how we did it, because obviously TikTok was a lot more. What's the word I'm looking for?
Free?
Restricted and
Oh,
strict.
restricted.
I mean, I've had probably 15, 20 accounts because they kept getting banned and me being, naughty on that platform.
Same here. Same here.
It's a little bit different now, but what we did is actually we used TikTok as just the basis to gather people together. Once we would get the masses and everybody would come in, we had other platforms that we would bring them over to, and obviously we would vet them and everything else before we got over. And I won't bullshit you, man. We had judges, we had attorneys, we had cops.
Wow.
And it wasn't just trucking; it was we the people. I mean, it was people of a mass group that was coming together. So, I mean, at one point, I think our highest was like 50,000 in one of our groups. So, if that tells you anything right there, and that we still didn't accomplish nothing, and we even had it broke down into states, you know what I mean? On the platform, every state had them, and then we had people that would delegate and um, what's organize and everything, and within the state, the cities, and everything, they would, it was big.
Right,
It was
right,
really big. So
right.
to start this again, for me, a little stressful just because I know how much work it actually entails, plus trying to drive and make a living and do
So, okay. So
so
you get it. Most people don't get it. That like a lot of folks will ask me, "You're not doing enough. You're not doing enough." And I'm like, guys, I have a wife. That's a part-time job. I have, well, it's a joy. I have 4 children I'm still raising. My dad is sick right now from Agent Orange in Vietnam. I'm down here in LA taking care of him 10 days a month, struggling with that. And I'm running a business and working 90 hours a week. So and on top of that advocacy, I give about 20 hours. Sean doesn't even sleep. This guy's up all night doing research. So what we need is more people. It's like you said, and I understand your frustration. I've talked to a lot of, Lee and Lisa Schmidt, Mike, Pastime for a Change. I've talked to a lot of different advocates that have been doing this 20, 30 years. Charles Claiborne, Robert Murphy. I mean, I talked to all these people personally, brother. Like I have all these people's numbers. They're shaping and molding me, and they are exhausted, and I get it. But you know what, Bullet? I'm good. I have dedicated 15 years of my life to this, and I'm only 8 months in. So, dude, I've already wanted to give up 20 times. I'm not going to lie. I want to give up all the time. You know how it is, but I can't. It matters. This matters, Bullet. If we can figure this out, just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it's not going to. We have to try as Americans, brother. It's in our blood. It's not in our blood to give up. Do we let a man do we leave a man behind on the battlefield? Never, right? That's not our motto. What's the Marines motto? You never leave a man behind. So that's our motto here. I know that's your motto. We have to try. This matters. If we can figure out the cracks in the trucking industry, and there is a way. I don't know what that way is. I'm trying to get everybody to we're trying to get everybody together to figure it out, because it's going to take all of us.
Somebody has an answer, right?
Somebody does.
So one thing, the one thing that everybody is, and I hate using this word, but fear.
Yes.
That is what you were fighting. Bullet, I'm gonna go on from what you said. Yeah, I've been in the trucking industry going on 27 years to come in June. I have seen this industry have its ups. I've seen the industry have its downs. But this is the one question, because and I support you all 100% because I'm right there with you all, day in, day out. I've done the owner operator. I've been a company driver. I'm sitting right there in the seat with y'all. But the main question is this: if somebody speaks up about this stuff, who is going to support that truck driver? Because anybody,
Bingo.
if you speak up, you get punished. If you speak up, you get and dispatchers have these ways of doing it. Companies have this way of doing it. If you speak up about something, they'll say, "Oh, well, we don't have the loads." And here it is, you're sitting in truck stop for a couple of days. You're starving to death. Who is going to have my back if I speak up?
Right.
So the answer to that, it needs to be a team, right? So if you look at saying what Bullet's saying, if you look at history, right, and how these other guys were actually doing it and how they failed, how they got conquered, they didn't have a team. They have one person, two people speaking instead of it being 100, 1,000. They didn't have a multiple voice, everybody's voice into it. So I've been doing a lot of research on past advocate groups, and that's what we're seeing with like OIDA. They send one man to Congress to talk, right? But if we sent 10 people to Congress and talked, now we have the whole floor, right? And if we send truck drivers, not just somebody that's in the looking for the walls, but if we send people, men and women that are in this industry to talk for this industry, we'll get it fixed. I believe it 100%. And we do that at the state levels. Each person, if we have a team at each state level to come together and raise together, I think it could be conquered for sure. But one person will never be able to do it. We know that.
That's right. That's right. Well, Bullet. Hey, hang on real quick. Telly, hang on. We got to finish up with Bullet so we stay somewhat organized, brother. Bullet, I just want to say I really appreciate all your years of advocacy, and all I can say is please don't give up, because we really desperately need men like you. If we can figure out the crack to the system in the trucking industry, and I know that we can. I believe that with all my heart that we have the answers. Somebody out there has the answers if we all get together. But all I want to say is don't give up, and we need you, man. It matters. If we can fix the trucking industry, we can fix all the other. The next biggest one is medical, right? Dude, our tax dollars are paying everyone in Israel. Israel citizens have free health care. Well, it's not free. Nothing's free. It is paid for by US tax dollars. So my taxes go to help Israelites, but my family doesn't have medical, and I work 90 hours a week. That's not right. That needs to stop. I don't know you personally, Bullet, but when I drive down the street and I'm working on my ass off and I'm sacrificing everything for my family, for this country, to work for a living, I'm doing it. I want to see my money go to your family. I want to see my money go to Sean and Wild Child and Moonshine and Redneck and all the Americans. Even if I don't know you, I want to see you guys taken care of first, not other countries. Not that I don't care about other countries, but America first, damn it. But for real, not to get elected, not because I need money, because it matters. We matter. This is the best system ever figured out. And God gave it to us. This didn't come out of our minds. God gave it to our forefathers. A bunch of representatives sat around, argued for months on end, and they came up with this beautiful thing called all the amendments to the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. And if we don't fight for that, if we don't fight for it, we're going to be a third world country, and we're going to be controlled way worse than we are now. So Bullet, thanks for coming in, brother. If you want to circle back around, you can, but we got to get to some other drivers. All right, brother?
I gave you a follow, Bullet. Let's bring you back out of retirement, bud.
Yeah, please, Bullet. We need you, brother. Ah, sorry about that. Bullet, we can't hear you, brother. You're on mute. There you go. Jonathan, welcome to the team. All right, Bullet, we're going to get up to Telly. Come back around if you want to speak again, and please keep coming up. We need you. All right? Later, Bullet. All right, Telly, go ahead, brother. Sorry about that. Floor is yours.
Well, I mean, Bullet had. I mean, we did get some things in the past accomplished. Whenever we had these shutdowns, we got looked at. We got recognized. And I agree. We need somebody that's going to be in the office that is not going to be a pencil pusher. Somebody that's actually been in the truck that knows this lifestyle. And I'm not going to say it as a job or a career, because anybody that's a truck driver, it is a lifestyle. I mean, it is a lifestyle 100%. And I drive a truck because I love it. I mean, I got to be doing something right, because hell, I've been doing it 27 years. And yeah, I make good money at it. Just like what other people have said, and the question's been asked, who is going to look out for us as drivers? Because if I speak up, and I mean, 27 years holds a lot of credibility in this industry. And I mean,
Yes.
no accidents. I mean, I've had tickets. I mean, but I'm a pretty damn good driver.
Right, right.
My question is, and the question's been asked, who is going to protect us? Who is going to take care of my family if I stand up and say, look, this is what's wrong. This company needs to change this. This needs to happen. Anybody that knows you speak up against something that's wrong, there's punishment involved.
Yeah. Why do you think we're so tightly regulated? Because we are so strong. They want to put the boot on our neck because we are powerful. Truck drivers are extremely strong human beings. Would you agree with that? Who else can work 15 hours a day? Who else can have the endurance? We're intimidated. Right. But here's who you. Right.
To answer your question though, like, so when I'm studying, I'm not only studying trucking, how they make laws changed and movements. There's several in play, right? So you have the LGBT community. Look what they've changed, right? They got same marriages, everything. Look at the woman's right that they just had with the kid, you know, in their stomach. That's another one. So if we look at all these movements, it's actually made change by people. It's not one person, but it's multiple groups on.
So what do we need to do?
We got to bond together. We got to join together. We're putting a system together right now. We're wanting to build this team together. Like, your voice is really, really strong. Bullet's voice is strong. Vince's voice is strong. Matthew's voice is strong. We got LG,
Charles.
His voice is strong. All these guys, we get everybody together, and then we branch off. So you have followers. Say you got 10,000 followers, 5,000 followers. You speak to your 5,000. We all go to one group for information. We spread that information all at once. And then when it's time to go to the top and actually have a conversation, we bring all them voices together at once. So now we have 20 people talking, representing thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And it really works. So, and that's how they done it.
Hey, Sean, remember we were talking about we were talking like 2 weeks ago about, and listen to this, Telly, the LGBTQ, right? The gay community, they are literally less than 1%. I don't even think they're 1% of 1% of the actual population of the United States. I don't know exactly or factual, but I know it's less than 1%. And look how much they got done. Look how much power they obtained through Congress and Senate. Look at the laws that they got passed. Look at all the advertisement that they did. They literally were able to make 350 million Americans stop treating them poorly, right? They got us all to accept to leave them alone, correct? So if they can do it, if less than 1% can do it, what can 3% do? Truck drivers are about 3% of the country, right? So if they can do it, I mean, I would say, well, I don't want to say we're stronger. I don't want to say anybody's stronger, but I know we can do it.
If we unite, If we unite, we would be strong.
Hey, everybody told us we couldn't beat the Brits, right? And we whooped their butts, didn't we? Everybody said we couldn't beat Germany, but we did with help. But did we do it on our own? Did we beat Germany on our own? Did we win World War II? No. We had a lot of other countries help us. The Allied forces helped us. Australia, Canada, the Brits, France, right? The Russians did a lot of work. Nobody even talks about that. Hell, the Russians whooped millions of Germans. So, we can get it done, but
Vince, that way, and you look at that way in trucking, right? So there's other people, these are other advocate groups that people don't agree with. So you don't use the whole group. You use the one person to communicate back to their group. And again, everybody comes together at the end. At the end, when the dust is flying, everybody's gonna be like, wow, we just all bonded together. What did we just do? How did we do that? Because you're right. Truckers can't agree on what cup of coffee is for free or whatever. That doesn't matter. But one person, like Vince has followers. There's all these other groups that have followers. I mean, I don't even know how many. Tell you probably got 3,000-4,000 people that have watched your TikTok. Yeah. Right. So guess what? Yeah. You got 3,000 voices that you're going to represent at one table when it all comes to the end. That's what I keep telling everybody. I'm all like, listen, we're not all going to agree, right? We're not going to agree on everything 100%. But you know what we can do is spread the information. And when the time comes, we are going to bond everybody together without them even knowing about it. And they're going to say, hey, you know what? We now can agree on stuff. We can get change done. So
yeah. So Telly, we gotta start, being respectful and burning through. So if you want to come back around, you can. But thanks for coming in, brother, and thanks for all that you do. Okay, appreciate you. All right, Charles, did you want to say something real quick before we get to you, or
I always.
you're muted, Charles? We can't hear you, Charles. There we go.
So you can't compare truck drivers as a segment of the population to the LGBTQ community for one reason.
Okay.
The movement. You cannot do that, Sean. Let me explain to you why. Again, I love the optimism, but out of all the people gathered around here, I've been doing this 32 years. Okay. 32 years. I've seen this advocacy thing from every angle, every type of person, every type of line, every type of plan, every type of step. And I support it. And I'll always support it. And I'll keep supporting it. But therein lies the problem. The LGBT community and those people are not afraid to put themselves on the front line and stand for what they believe. Okay, right, wrong, or indifferent, they will gather in masses. They will protest. They will cause a scene. They will cause disruptions. This industry has got in their head that our image is so delicate. We can't afford to make the community and the public mad. We can't stop our trucks here. We can't do this. We can't do that. You can't win a war if you're going to throw marshmallows, man.
Well, here's what they're afraid of, if you don't mind my interrupting. What they're afraid of is losing their job. They're looking at losing their livelihood. If they shut down, the boss says, I'm going to go get somebody else. So nobody.
Okay. Let me touch on that because this is really important. Okay. Everybody says that. Everybody says, I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to lose my house. I'm going to lose my car, this and that. Well, are you keeping them right now or are you slowly losing everything? That's the question I had to ask myself. I'm slowly losing everything. I'll be honest. Right now, I am not keeping up. I am living paycheck to paycheck and I'm falling just a half an inch a month, right? If that makes sense. So what do I have to lose? Shit, if I'm going to lose everything, I'm going to go down swinging. That's how I got started. I don't care anymore. They don't care about. Yeah, go ahead.
That's the other thing, Vince. That's the other thing I get tired of hearing. Look, you're always going to have people that do well in any industry and people that are in the middle and the people that struggle. Here's the problem. I don't care what anybody says. The numbers are skewed, and there are those that won't admit it because men, truckers, lady truckers, men truckers, truckers of any walk of life, they are not going to admit when they're down. Okay, they're
Right.
not going to say I'm struggling. They keep their business personal, and when the majority in any group, let's say small group segment off, you get 50 guys in a room, and there's only 5 or 6 guys that are having a hard time. They're not going to admit it because the other guys, they don't want to look weak in front of them, and the other guys are like, well, if you're weak, you're doing something wrong.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So, but as I've studied things for years, here's what I find. There is always a bigger percentage of this industry that struggles than not.
And that's why I'm vulnerable, Charles. That's why I'm vulnerable with everybody, because I don't care anymore. I don't care what people think. I just want us to be okay. I want truck drivers to have the American dream because they've earned it. They don't deserve it. They have earned it, damn it.
We are taxed for everything. We pay multiple taxes. We pay taxes on top of the taxes. But then here's the thing. Our quality of life suffers because we give up something by choice, okay? Because we're idiots.
True.
We give up our quality home time with our children and everybody.
Yeah.
And this lifestyle thing, I get so tired of hearing trucking's a lifestyle. It was in the 70s and in the 80s. It has become an industry of careers. People get into it. And look, this is how it went. When they say there's a truck driver shortage, all these urban communities, they output up all this money for schools. They send these kids to schools from the urban communities. And a lot of these kids are grateful because they've never made more than $300 a week. So when you start making
Right.
5, 6, 7, 8,
Right.
you're back. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
You're rolling in it.
Yeah. So, but still, they don't understand. No one ever takes the time to break down. They say, well, we work 70 hours. You have a 70-hour clock. We work 70 hours. Most people, this is the only industry I know where they'll lie about the 70, work 80 or 90, and get paid for 70 or less.
Right.
Every single time. What is wrong with us just having a fair quality of life? Why can't we just be paid fair?
I don't
fair is
know.
fair, right?
That's my biggest question. Why? It's always, oh, yeah, there's human rights. Oh, excluding the trucking industry. That's the exception to the rule. Oh, there's time and a half, except for trucking. That's the exception to the rule.
Vince, think about that. Think about what you just said. Check that out. Listen, every time you hear about Vietnamese sweatshops and Nike sneakers and Adidas, the world loses its mind, right? But you have a professor at a University of Pennsylvania who wrote a whole thesis, a whole book.
Dissertation, yeah.
Sweatshops on wheels, baby. And has anybody in America ever been outraged by it and said, "Oh my God, these guys, they lose their families, they end up divorced, they have a lifespan of 60 years old. They give up so much time to keep the country moving. This is ridiculous." No, they don't. You know why? Because people want their shit and they don't care how they get it.
Right.
The moment they stop getting their stuff, they get mad. Right?
Well,
and then we have to be the villain.
And we're all part of that, right? You know how these are made, right? You know how iPads are made, right? By 10-year-olds clawing at the lithium in India, making, $1 a day. I mean, I'm guilty of it. I'm not trying to help those kids in India. I mean, I want my iPad, right? I want my iPhone. I mean, it's there's nothing we can do about other countries, but this country matters. And you're right. We're slave labor. We're slaves. We are.
I heard the other day, and I heard Sean say it. And again, I fully support what you young guys are trying to do. I do. You know, Vince. You know I do.
Oh yeah.
But here's my thing. When you say we have to find one thing that everybody can agree on, you can't find one thing. And I don't know why. Because the moment the majority, it's like this. The majority and the minority are so divided in this industry, it's comical.
It's pride.
Because the majority doesn't like the electronic logging device.
Right.
They don't like it. And then the minority will come back and say, well, you can't do anything on paper that you can't do on an electronic log. And then you got an argument, you got to argue back and forth for 30 minutes about, well, I can take a break here when I want to, and I can readjust things. Then they say, well, you're cheating. Oh my God, come on. I mean, there's brokers.
Right.
Sean,
Pride and ego.
So that was my thought on this, right? So everybody in this whole industry, right? Everybody's talking about ELDs, they're talking about transparency, they're talking about logbooks, they're everything, fuel prices, all that, right? But there's groups that are second that are actually doing that, right? So they're getting the awareness out. So all we have to do is let them continue to talk about autonomous. Let them do that. What we need to do as a team that we're trying to build together is saying, hey, you know what? What do we want to focus on? That's what we're going to ride with. We're going to take all these people that actually have followers, and we're going to build a data system that they can actually still work on ELDs. But if we want to use autonomous or toll roads or whatever our team agrees to go after, that's the information we're going to spin out. And those are the guys that have 10,000 followers, 3,000 followers, 5. It all will come together because they're going to give that information out. So it's just like us right now, right? We're talking about toll roads. We're talking about toll roads, but we also just talked about autonomous just the other day. Is our focus autonomous? No, our focus is actually toll roads. So can we hit on autonomous? Absolutely. Can we still focus on toll roads? You betcha we can. So that's the system that we got to design.
I agree. If everybody would pick their biggest conviction, right? Say if it's toll roads, they can provide the best information, the most accurate information because they're studying it, they're researching it, they're talking about it. But here's what happens. Just like autonomous trucks, there was a video I made that went viral 5 years ago about autonomous trucks. The warnings have been there. And every time you talk about autonomous trucks, drivers say what, Vince? What's the first thing they say when you say autonomous trucks are going to take your job?
It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen.
Yeah, Hirschball goes out and buys 500 autonomous trucks. Did you think they did that because they like to spend money or they just didn't have anything better to do?
Right. Well, Americans have been trained to be parrots. I call it being parrots, right? We see something, we say something. We don't go research it in the middle. And I was guilty of that. For many years, I would see something on TV and I would go tell all my friends, guess what's happening in Washington? Well, how do I know that? How do I know that that's real information unless I critically think and really do a lot of research on it, right? And look at it from different angles. You can actually learn a lot too by watching news from other countries. Don't just watch our news, watch global news. You'll learn a lot. There's a lot of information out there if you search for it. But Charles, we're going to get to some other drivers. You can hang out if you want. Brother, I love you. Thank you for all your years of advocacy. Guys and gals, if you're not following Charles, he's been in the industry like 35, 40 years. So go follow him. He has given years of service, of advocacy for you to make your life better. He's the real deal, man.
By the way, Vince, the book went to Amazon.
Did it really? Tell everybody what your book is so they can go get it.
It's called Iron Miles, and they're going to release it soon. But look, I love you, Vince, like a brother. You're doing an amazing job. Sean's doing an amazing job. All these young advocates, it's your time, guys. Because us old dogs, we've done all we can do. It's up to you now.
Right.
Stay safe, Vince. Keep it. What's that, Vince? Keep the rubber side down and the shiny side up, baby.
Keep the shiny side up and the dirty side down. Come on. Woo! Same thing, yeah. Thanks, Charles. Love you, brother. All right, next up, Moonshine. For all you people that are waiting, sorry about that. He's kind of like the Yoda of trucking, right? So we had to give him that respect. I don't normally do that, so my apologies. Please forgive me. Thank you for all your patience, you guys waiting. I really appreciate you. Moonshine, you're up, brother. 3 minutes. What you got, brother? Moonshine, we the truckers, where you at?
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Charles needs to send me and Jane a signed copy of his book like he's been saying he was going to do for the last month.
He'll do it. He'll do it.
He's on the bad boy list right now.
It's already in the mail. It's in the mail, damn it. Just be patient. That's funny.
I got two things to say. The first thing is, Charles brought up the thing that autonomous was in the news before. Okay? Truckers' heads, it was in the news. It's like everything else. If it pops up for a week, then they throw something else there at you. We keep losing focus on things.
It's by design, bro. What was
the thing at the truck show?
What do you mean? Oh, yeah. Before that, it was non-domicile, right? Before that, it was Connor's Law.
You heard anything about it?
Nope.
Super ego they got thrown in. There's a bunch of stuff. You got parking. I mean, you want to keep naming? I got them all.
Yeah. So Mike.
For us to keep us sidetracked and not focus on the big picture, and they want to keep that's to keep everybody divided because they want some people over here on this, some people over there on that, and they want everybody to fuss and argue and not agree on the same thing. So next week it'll be they'll bring up truck parking, and then the week after that it'll be something else, and the week after that it'll be something else because that's how they're keeping us separated.
So Mike, this is why Sean and I are always saying, we are always advocating for drivers, men and women and small carriers and anybody in the trucking industry or family and friends of the trucking industry to find what you're good at or what you're passionate about and run the ball with it. Here's the ball. Run a touchdown with it, right? Ours is tolls, research, and unity, right? That's our main focus. Well, somebody else, we need a parking guy. We need an ELD guy or girl. We need everybody, healthy food. Like, we need people to branch out like Truckers Final Mile. They focus on getting unalive drivers home to their families. So everyone, we need to look out for each other and we have to do it. No one's going to do it for us. That's what I realized 8 months ago that, I got pissed. I was like, dude, nobody's getting up fighting corruption. Damn, I guess if nobody's going to do anything, I guess I'm going to have to get up and do it. And I'm a nobody. Why is it that I'm doing this while I'm working 90 hours taking care of a family? Why am I getting up having to do this and nobody else is? Well, because that's life. Because that's reality. If we don't do it, no one's going to do it.
The other thing is too, and I'm going to keep saying this, and I don't care who gets mad, who gets their panties wadded up the crack of their butt. I don't give two shits. Okay, all these advocates out here that are one-sided, thinking that their idea is going to fix the entire freaking trucking industry, and it's all about me, and I. It's never going to work as long as we're like that. We got to all come together. You take your idea, Vince. This guy takes his idea. This guy takes his idea. We all come together. Team
That's right.
is not an I or a me freaking thing.
That's right.
We all gotta realize this. And in order for us to stand together, I mean, if the LGBT community can stand together and do what they did, I'm sorry if this comes out right.
Careful, Mike. Careful.
We got a bunch of
No, you can say that. You can say that. I thought you were going to say the R word. Go ahead.
we got a bunch of ignorant ass truck drivers that are scared of this and scared of that, and it's bullshit.
Yep.
We can come together and form protests and stand up peacefully and organize and do what's right. And we need thousands and thousands. We could do this at different spots all over the freaking country, but we need more than 10 or 15 people to show up. We need 10,000 people to show up in Phoenix, 10,000 to show up in Portland, Oregon, 10,000 to show up in freaking Dallas. We need thousands to come together and put their differences aside and realize that it's going to take all of us to make a change.
Right. Right. Well, Mike, thanks for coming up. Oh, go ahead, Sean.
We need the whole industry, right? So when we're talking just trucking, we're a small portion of the number of the big number of the whole industry, right? So I mean, we're talking about the lady that's collecting our debit card from the pilot to the flying J. We're talking about the person that's laying the asphalt down on the pavement that we drive on in the concrete work. To the shipper, to the broker, to the customer, to the person that is assuming the food that we bring on trucks, right? That's every single person that's in this country. So if we can get that big of a percentage of people to support us, it'll be game over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't have to be a truck driver
100%.
to rise up with the rest of us. You don't have to be a truck driver. You got forklift drivers, like you were saying. There's more than just a truck driver that's involved in the trucking industry. It's everybody in this freaking country.
That's right.
That's right. So that puts our number way bigger than 1%, right? That puts us at like 100%. So if we got 2%, 5%, 3%, they did it with 1%. And most of the changes that we see, they did it with 1% of people. The population.
One more thing, and I'll jump off here. You got to get these other people to understand where we're coming from. You just can't go out there and smack them up alongside the head and say, "Oh, this is the way it is." Blah blah blah. You got to teach them and educate them.
If it was that easy, we'd already had this figured out, right?
Yes.
You got to teach them and educate the other people that are involved in the trucking industry, what it's really like to be out here on the road and do what we do. And this, you know, in order to get them to understand, you can't just shove it down their throat and expect them to agree with you.
That's right. That's right. Well, Mike, thanks for coming up, brother. If you want to jump back around, we're going to get to rednecks here. All right, brother?
All right. Y'all have a good one. Moonshine and peace.
All right, go check out WeTheTruckers.com if you like. There's a lot. It's a great website, guys. Please go check out WeTheTruckers.com if you like. There's also a great site over on Facebook called Trucking the USA Today. A lot of great facts on there. A lot of research has been done for you. We always say, please double check. Fact check everything that everyone is saying. Go follow everyone so we gain traction. The only way is to get involved. You guys commenting, thank you so much. You are helping all of us get into the FYP to get to other truck drivers. There are a lot of lonely truck drivers out there. There's a lot of truck drivers that are having depressed thoughts, really bad, dark thoughts. Let's get them involved. Let's get them hyped up. Let's let them know how important they are. They're away from their families. They miss their families. Let's go follow everyone, guys. Let's create a real team here. Redneck, welcome in, man, and thank you for your patience.
Not the rednecks and hammers. Oh my.
Oh, here we go. I'm out.
Let me give you a little background of where I am in this thing. That little white cab over in my profile picture, I put my name on that door in 1998.
Wow, 28 years.
In 2005, I sold my fleet trucks to my drivers. Once their trucks were paid for, I canceled my authority, my insurance, and I went to fixing cars. It just a hell of a lot cheaper that way.
Nice. That's unfortunate.
The biggest problem that I've seen through this entire thing is the oil company's control. All right, when I started, diesel fuel was cheaper than gasoline. In fact, it is a byproduct of making gasoline.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
When 2001 came around, shortly thereafter, the fuel jumped. And it jumped almost to $3 a gallon. So they said, okay, we're going to put the fuel surcharge on it. And they did, and they kept them. And we had to all put our heads together and put up a screen that says, hey, that surcharge is ours because we're spending it at the pump. We need to find a way to get that fuel back down enough to where we have enough revenue to cover all this electronic bullshit that they're trying to stick on us.
Right. Right.
100%. Like, so that's one of the big things. I must have talked to somebody just like you over in Colorado yesterday. You guys must think of you have you got a twin over there, because we were really having a full conversation on fuel prices, and he's like, if I could compare back in the day, fuel was cheaper. He said, but the prices were up, so we made a bunch of money. He said, now if you take the economy that we live in now, and you bring this oil price all the way up for your fuel, and then you keep the rates about the same, he's like, you guys are starving. He's like, I am so glad that I was actually out of the industry and retired before that generation came in. He's like, but did I try fighting? And he said, we did. And then I told him our plan of how we want to make changes, and I actually gave him a sticker. So we made stickers that says "I drive for change," and he was excited that he got to be part of something. But that is a part of a change that really needs to be. Somebody should dedicate their time and research some more into it to actually try to come together to get that fuel price down to something that we can actually afford, to where we could put more money back on our table. So 100%, man, that's crazy. I was just talking about this yesterday, and here a guy comes on, and old timers, you know, not that it's never a young guy saying about fuel. It's always a guy that's retired out of the system, and an older gentleman. I've never had a younger guy come in and say, hey, you know what, these fuel prices they're just choking us out. It's never been them. It's always been the guys.
Well, 98 cents a gallon, $1 a mile paid your bills, and you made a profit. All right. Every time they add some electronic, with me, it started out they wanted to put a Qualcomm in my truck. I said, no, that's not going to happen because I've got to pay for it. Then they come out with the drug testing. Well, you want to know what's in my urine? Why don't you pay for the test? No, I got to pay for the test.
Right. Right.
You know, when do we have to stop paying for the control? And if they want to know so bad, they put the bill.
Right. And Redneck, it's crazy because, like, you remember 5 years ago, fuel was at like 250, regular unleaded was like 250 a gallon. And then it went up to like 425 a gallon. And then a couple months later, it went down to $4 or 375. And everybody's like, fuel's getting lower, or gasoline's that, you know, they're lowering the price. Yay. And I'm like, it's still up $2 from where, or $1.50 of where it should be, where it was just 2 months ago. You're really going to fall for the 50-cent trick? I mean, that's like me saying, yeah, that's like me saying, I need $100 raise, and then, okay, I'll accept 80, but I'm making $30 an hour, you know, like it, come on, people. Yeah.
I was talking to one of my drivers yesterday, and he's like, "Man, I'm over in Ohio," and he's like, "Man, I'm jumping up and down there. I just paid $5.50 a gallon for diesel because it came down with their discounts. I mean, it was $6.89 at the pump, but you know, he's like, I've never thought in my life that I would ever be happy that I found $5.50 a gallon worth of fuel to put in my truck." And I'm like, "Man, that's I said, you got a point there." I was like, I guess I never really looked at it that way, but yeah, every time you find that discount, you're like, ching, I'm winning. But are we winning? No, we're just putting in what we got to put in to get down the road. So
Right.
Well, another thing to think about is these big companies that buy their fuel in bulk. You think they're paying $6 a gallon?
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
Nope.
What makes them better than us?
Right. Right.
That's where we need to have that level playing field across the whole board, you know. And if they can sell it to them that cheap, why can't they sell it to me and Vince that cheap? Why can't they sell that to you cheap? You know, why? Give us the answers, and not bulk. Because when I was looking into bulk prices, like I thought that they gave out like $1 million and said, hey, you know what, this is $1 million we're going to pay for fuel. It's not even that. It's like pennies on a dollar what they're actually going to put. So they're only putting down a quarter of what they're actually going to use for the whole year, but they have their contract in. So why, well, you know, what if it's good for them, why is it not good for us? So,
Well, hypothetically speaking, if we just, hypothetically speaking, if people stopped paying these prices, it would only take 2 days. I mean, we take 2 days off and don't buy anything at times, right? So I'm just saying, if people literally stop buying things for 2 days, guaranteed the prices will come down. So it's, we have to look in the mirror. I mean, this is the person doing it, right? The mirror.
Final thought here, and I'll back out. If you were to, everybody talking shut down. If you were to just go home, take the key out of the ignition, walk your happy ass to your favorite recliner, and turn on the TV, how long do you think it would take for things to change?
Couple days.
Yep. You don't got to plug down the highways. Just go home and relax.
Right. Right. That's it. That's it. Oh, I fully agree. It's if you know, people says it'll never change and there's nothing we can do. That's not true. All you have to do is do something about it, and it will change quickly. And it's amazing to me that, you know, 20 families have control over millions of families the way they do. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. That's how Sean and I got started. We're just two fed up guys, two regular blue collar workers. We're just fed up, and we're trying our best to motivate other people's spirits to do what's right, you know, to look after everyone, for everyone to look after everyone instead of just themselves. We are programmed and trained to think about ourselves, right? Well, let's reverse the programming. Let's do what God says. God says, look after your fellow person, look after your fellow man or woman. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with doing that 1 hour a week? You know what that would change for us as Americans? Man, we've never been this bad off. But Redneck, thanks for coming in, brother. I appreciate your patience. Thanks for everything that you do for this industry. We really appreciate you, man. Come back and see us, all right? All right, brother. Take care. Go ahead, Sean. Oh, Matthew, welcome in, brother. Thank you for your patience, man. I know this life's, dude, it's going a little longer. I'm sorry.
I want to go back to what Bullet was saying earlier, and what they did was, all right, but you want to get the American public attention, you got to show them numbers. Like here in Missouri, I was talking to some people who were going up for election again because they got voted out of office, and we were talking about it. You know the percentage here in Missouri of Class A and Class B CDL drivers that are on some sort of assistance like SNAP benefits, healthcare, whatever. It's a pretty big number for this state. 47%.
Right.
47% of them are on some sort of government assistance. Now, autonomous vehicles, because this came up too in the conversation, autonomous vehicles could put a couple million out of work nationwide, and there's no jobs to replace them. They're going to have some kind of assistance to live, right?
Right. Right.
Know how much their taxes are going to go up. Right now, the American people are so fed up paying taxes, it is unreal. They're tired of seeing their money go somewhere else. And we don't have the jobs to sustain that kind of unemployment rapidly like that because we don't really have the jobs here in this country to support it.
Right.
So we're going to have to, because the thing is, they don't want to be like Portland or Skid Row, LA with all these homeless people running around or living in an RV on the street. They don't want that. It's like George Carlin said, NIMBY, not in my backyard. But it's going to happen with these autonomous vehicles coming out. I put a piece up on my page and I made a piece of content about it. This box truck company, autonomous, and they've got contracts with Walmart and some other people right now. They only go 200-300 miles radius. Then there's nobody in that truck. It's just a truck.
Wow.
And the guy was on there saying, the reporter asked, said, why you get into this part of the industry? He said, because of the driver shortage. And I started talking to him through my screen, like hoping he was going to hear me.
Yeah.
The driver shortage has been a myth. It's been a myth my whole 34 years in this industry. But what's not a myth is driver pay shortage. I've been in this industry for 34 years. And if you look at it, back then the top pay for a new driver was 20 cents. Now it's national average is 50 cents. That's 30 cents in 34 years. That's not a big increase in driver pay. But these companies will pay you so minimal and cap your miles, cap your pay to where you have to be dependent on them. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, it's all by design.
Drivers are complaining, so now these companies are tired of hearing about it. That's why Hirschbach went and got 500 of them. And it's crazy. It's insane that numbers will put the fear of God in people pretty much. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Go to don't go to these. You can go to some elected officials or people who are looking to get into the office. But if you go to the American public and say, hey, your taxes are going to go up 3% or 4%, they're going to be like, what?
Right.
How did we get here? And this whole distract, like Delilah's Law, the reason why it's on hold right now pretty much is it's a midterm. No pass laws in the middle of a midterm election because it ruins their chances of being reelected or getting elected. So that's how that kind of works in Washington, D.C. is nothing really gets passed during a midterm election. And it's a great law, and I think it's going to be really good for the industry, period. But it's kind of going to be on the brakes for a minute until the midterms are over. And that's when they're going to get back into business and they're going to do whatever they want with it.
Right.
On my show Sunday, we brought up a thing called broker immunity. Forget about the broker transparency. Brokers are immune from being involved in lawsuits for you're getting sued for an accident. There's a law that protects them where they can't come in to be drawn into a lawsuit in a courtroom in any state. Well, the United States Supreme Court has heard it. On Freightwaves did a bill piece about it. And it's going to probably change this summer because these trial attorneys, and I'm married to one, they get hungry when there's that kind of money around. They want every piece of the pie. And these
Right.
drivers are showing them that these brokers have been disturbing them in the middle of their legally mandated 10-hour break for rest. And their phone is getting out of control with text messages and phone calls every 30 minutes, and it disturbs them, right? Here's the thing. Brokers have been immune from that for forever. But now trial attorneys are wanting a piece of that pie too. And that immunity, I believe this summer is going to be gone. And all these brokers are going to have to be really, really careful because they're not going to be protected from their freight being involved in an accident. So that's another big story is going to be coming. And I think it's great.
Matthew, I don't know if you noticed that. I didn't know if you knew that or not, but Delilah's dad is actually on that lawsuit. So
Yeah.
with him. So a lot of people, they talked about it or whatever, but they actually didn't know the whole story. Like I was reading, and I think they're pushing something that it needs to be there. Like it's everybody should be held responsible in the party, just like they're asking for transparency. They really want to know who's all involved. So I mean, it's
Transparency,
definitely a way.
transparency is way different than immunity, to be honest with you. Immunity just means that they're not responsible for the accident that happened when they were disturbing that driver and pushing them hard to drive beyond their limits.
So Matthew, do you think if 2 million truck drivers were to become involved in everything about the trucking industry that we could make change for what we want, not for what they want or they think? What do you think? Oh, you muted. Okay. All right.
Hey, there we go.
There you go.
I'm back. But there was nobody important. But I'm telling you, whole immunity thing is pretty disturbing because people are starting to realize now that brokers are now partially responsible for these trucks and these accidents are making some companies with these nuclear verdicts go out of business. Brokers are getting away scot-free. And I'm telling you, I think it's going to be a very, very big topic this summer when they start working on that.
Right.
But yeah, it's
Right.
crazy, man.
Well, Matthew,
I appreciate you. And I'll add Sean. I'm going to be looking. Sean sent me some stuff, and I'm going to be looking over that later tonight. And something.
hang on, Bo. We'll get to you.
What's that, Sean?
Vince asked you a question. You think if 2 million truck drivers could get together and bond, we could make change?
Well, with me, I think everything's possible.
Bingo.
I really do. I do. You just got to find some common ground, because every driver's needs are different. It's like I keep telling these lease operators and owner operators, everybody's idea of money is different. My idea of good money is different than a lot of y'all's idea of good money, But then the ones who want to get a bad attitude with me about it, I'm like, hey, I'm 52 years old and I was able to retire after 34 years, So I did something right. I did.
Yeah. There's 1,000 ways to get from the West Coast to the East Coast. As long as you get there, that's all that matters. That's what truck drivers argue about. So once we realize that we all want the same things, we're going to get it done. And I think that time is coming soon. I do.
I'll give you a little example about how different they look at things on a different scale. You can put 10 drivers, and I did this when I taught load securement class. 10 drivers, and you put a picture up of a load of sheetrock, you're going to have 10 different ways to secure that sheetrock.
There you go. There you go. Well, Matthew,
just tells you the diversity about it.
Matthew, thanks for coming in, brother. I really appreciate it. If you're not,
so we'll talk to you later.
All right, brother. If you guys aren't following Matthew, go follow him, and he has great videos that he posts every day. So go check him out.
Old Crusty Dark Arky every Sunday, 6 p.m. Central, right here on TikTok.
Perfect.
Joyce, have a great time.
I'll try to make it too, brother. All right.
All right. We'll see you guys on Sunday.
All right, brother. Later. Bye. Just so everybody knows too, when you come up, if you have a radio show, a TV show, if you have a live that you do, if you have a website, if you have an idea, whatever you have when you come up, this is the show for you. This is Truckers Unite Now. This is Trucking the USA Today over on Facebook. Say whatever you want to say. Okay, as long as you're not violent or crazy or whatever. If you have an idea, say it. If you have a gift you want to bring to the table, bring it. If you have a book that you did, Charles is just releasing his book soon. So go check out Charles Claiborne, WeTheTruckers.com. Whatever you have, this is the platform for you to be able to bring it up. Lane Metrics comes in and talks about knowing your fixed costs. So, Fat Dog, thank you for your patience. Come on in. And just so everybody knows, it's 5-minute warning. We're going to end the live. So if anybody else wants to come in, now's your chance. What's up, Fat Dog?
Oh, not a lot, Vince. Hey, you were saying a little bit ago that you're on the verge of going broke. I thought you Landstar guys made like $20 a mile and $1,000 a drop and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
what's the deal on your revenue there?
So first of all, I don't claim to work for any company or product. I'm not allowed to say what I do, but you're not wrong. First of all, second of all, I'm doing okay, but okay is not good enough. We are fighting for the 70% of truck drivers that are not even making their responsibilities. Also, I have 6 people that I support by myself, including my parents. I'm always spending about 10 days off here a month. So that's why I'm paycheck to paycheck, but I shouldn't be. Just like in Ontario, California, a family of 4 takes $110,000 a month. The spot market is garbage. So am I doing good as far as spot market? Oh yeah, I'm a rich man as far as the global elites are concerned, but I still can't go on vacation every year. Is that right? 90 hours a week? I still can't buy all my kids a bicycle. Was it like that in the 40s or the 50s or 60s or 70s? No, inflation's up 30%. So that's what we're fighting for here. Yeah, the company that you just said, that is one of the better companies out here. And I did a lot of research before I might have gone to said company. But I hope that explains it.
No, but I mean, if you talk to some of them guys, or at least I have in the last 45 years I've been driving, they're always making, 10, 20, $50 a mile and all this stuff. And it's hard to get my head wrapped around it when I know what contract prices are, or contract rates are, and spot market is. And in fact, my neighbor used to be over there, and he ended up selling his truck and trailer for, he got out of it.
Right.
But if you're doing that good,
Right.
in my opinion, you just continue to produce revenue if it's as good as what everybody says it is. Right?
Well, I'm doing good as far as what the spot market is, right? I'm doing good, but it is not enough. None of us are, very few of us, 5% are making what a true living wage should be, in my opinion. In my opinion, owner operators should be making 400,000 a year net, and company drivers should be making 200,000 a year net. That's what they were making in the 70s. You know this, 45 years. 45 years ago, you could be a trucker and pay off your house in 10 years. Now it's a 50-year mortgage, brother. Dude, it's not the same thing.
Right. No,
You know.
I get it. But
Yeah.
one thing I wanted to bring up real quick, and a while back I brought up that everybody should, maybe kind of get together. Ton should get together with McCowan a little bit and compare notes and do these small groups, right?
Yes.
Man, I got shot down in flames. I mean, I had to put my glasses on so I didn't burn my eyebrows. You know what I'm saying? Because, no, we can't do that. We can't do that. And then here you guys are calling for, these little subgroups inside each. And then JJ last night was kind of piss mouth Dave and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
And I just believe that is the wrong. It's just the wrong way to go about it. Dave's got some good ideas. Vince has got some good ideas.
JJ's got some good ideas. Everybody's got good ideas. We just got to be able to get on the right page.
To me, fat dog, it turns me off instantly when people insult other people, because you either need to listen or teach, one of the two. Everything's just a learning. We're not going to agree on everything, and like you said, that's how we got started. That's how Sean and I got started, is we wanted to create a place that was safe for small carriers and truck drivers, where you will not get insulted, you won't get mocked. You might get educated by someone, but you will never be. If your idea to fixing the trucking industry is to plant some flowers, we're going to congratulate you and say, good for thinking outside of the box. No solution is a bad solution. Like, we need all the help we can get. So you're right, though. The approach is not to insult each other and tear each other down. I think that there's been a psyop to teach truck drivers to tear truck drivers down, so that you don't ask questions, right? If you don't ask questions, what do you think sports are for? You think sports are for entertainment? No, they're to keep you diverted so you don't educate yourself and fact check stuff and talk to other people and become smarter, so you see where the money's going. You think Washington wants you to see where all the money's going? Get on the whitehouse.org page and look to see where all our tax dollars are going? Or do you think they want us to scroll on Netflix?
Look at what California did. I mean, you live out there. Look what California did to Nick Shirley, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
be an investigative reporter. I mean, what kind of a bullshit deal is that?
Dude, I trust independent journalists more than I do all the Fox, CNN. I don't trust any of them anymore. I don't even watch them anymore. I watch like actual citizens that live in India that get on social media, guys like you. I believe more what you say than Fox News says. I think it's all a big show, personally. But hey, fat dog.
Copy and paste everything. You're gonna give it the true, emotional, from the heart talk, instead of going, well, I get paid for this to spread this message out here, So that's the difference between it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sean, you're right. So, and I'll step back, Vince. Appreciate you letting me up. Okay.
Right on, brother. You have a good one. Everybody go follow Fat Dog if you're not already. Great man. 45 years of experience. There is some years of wisdom. If you want to learn something, DM, go follow him and check his videos out. Fat Dog, if you want to DM me, I'll give you my personal phone number. We can talk more about the company that I might or might not be leased onto. And I can give you truthful details, but obviously I can't.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I actually just have a truck sitting at this house, and I just I just sit in the truck for fun. I don't do anything.
No, I'm right there with you. You betcha.
Yeah. All right, brother.
Hey, thanks.
Yep. Have a good one. See you later.
We'll see you, bud. Yep.
All right. Bow tie. What? How do you say your name, brother?
Yeah, Botai Gusson.
Bow tie Gussum. Welcome in, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I just want to stay here for like 30 seconds. I've been trading, man. I'm in the trucking business since 2021.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm an immigrant truck driver.
Okay.
I mean, I have some of my friends. Since when the government was talking about we need to take all the illegal immigrants out of the trucking, and I have a lot of my friends. They was like, "Oh, the trucking business gonna be good. Everything gonna be better," you know. And a lot of truck drivers, they was like, "Yeah, take them out." And I have a lot of them. I tell them the problem is not the immigrant truck driver. The problem is the worker. Is the brokers. All of them is taking the money, not the immigrant. You know, okay. They say, oh, they have to take all the 200,000 immigrants out. Even me, I was the other operator. I have to shut down. I have two trucks. I have to shut down my trucks. I have to stop working and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I told my friend, no, that's not gonna be that they I told him those guy, the rich guy, That's not gonna. They don't care about the road safety.
No, they don't.
Because
They don't care
yeah,
about
because a
you
lot
and
of
they don't
people
care about us. You're absolutely
yeah,
right.
they don't care about
Yeah.
And
They're
I'm telling
taking
you,
advantage of
I
guys like you, by the way. They are taking
yeah,
advantage of guys like you don't make what guys like me make. They take complete advantage. You're putting in the exact same amount of work, blood, sweat, and tears for this country, but you're not getting paid as much. All I can say to you on that is I have learned that, in my opinion, and this is for entertainment purposes only, I believe that when the government is saying something about trucking, I'm going to look at the complete opposite because I don't believe it anymore. Like the whole non-domicile thing, I think that that was to blind us for autonomous trucks. It was designed to waste our time and gaslight us. But I will say this, Bo, in the United States, I talk to a lot of drivers that have built beautiful businesses here, right? And it's the fault of corporate greedy government and mega carriers that are lying to the American trucking industry, saying that we have a truck driver shortage. So what happens is they allow work visas to go out all over the world. They bring in truck drivers illegally or legally, and and that's hurting American jobs. It really is hurting American jobs. Now, uh, I don't knock any man for trying to support his family. I get it. I do. But the problem is the United States has always allowed about 1 million people here per year in the United States. And the reason for that is in a healthy growth situation, we can only let 1 million people in, regardless what the situation is, because of growth, right? We have to have schools for their children. We have to have hospitals, doctors and nurses to be able to take care of them when they're sick. We have to be able to have jobs, oil, supplies, food, water, all those things. So if we allow more than 1 million, what happens is it starts taking away from Americans, and Americans don't have a choice to go back. And like, this is our home. This is all we know, that this is what we're passionate about. And so that's what we're fighting against, is corporate greedy giants that are hiring illegals outside of the country, bringing them here, hurting us and hurting you by hurting us. Does that make sense? It sucks.
Let me say something real quick, and I'll get out of your life because I had to get in on your life to say what happened to me now. So
Okay.
everybody knows that I work for a shipper, right? But I also run my own dispatching company, and I have a couple of trucks that I'm dispatching for. Did you guys know that AI is also being involved in dispatching and also being brokers as well?
Yeah.
I just dispatched a truck and I had to speak to an AI agent. What the fuck is that all about?
Bro, I
What is
made a
that all
video
about?
about it. Go look
Yeah, I
2 weeks ago. I made a video about it.
what is that about? Like, guys, this industry is a human industry, right? AI is not gonna know how to make a left, how to make a right, how to make a judgment call on a break, on when an old lady's crossing the street, how to negotiate rates, right? This is ridiculous. I mean, I just had to get on your live right now because this literally just happened to me. I was negotiating a rate for one of my drivers, and I had to speak to an AI broker. What type of BS is that? That is
So that's
bullshit.
that's the scary part. That's the scary part, right? So truckers are going to get replaced by autonomous trucks. Is what we're going at. Brokers are going to be replaced by autonomous. If we don't join together as one and say, hey, you know what? All of us need. Everybody in this industry is facing job losses. That's what we don't. Or nobody's looking at it saying, hey, you know what? 3 million truck drivers are going to be put out. How many dispatchers are
Right.
in this
How many
industry?
brokers?
Yeah.
Brokers, right. Why are we fighting each other? You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's swords down. Let's put on the suits and ties. And let's start using a system that's designed to fix our system. And we get change done. So yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. I just wanted to say.
Hey, thanks for the 60 years of building up the country, everybody.
Right.
See ya. Thanks for all the hard work.
Exactly.
See ya.
Thank you, all you veterans that fought for our country. Yep.
Hang on, Die Hard. Hang on one sec. You'll be our last guest. Go ahead.
Let me finish this. Yeah. Do you see what happened to the Uber drivers? The Uber, that was the app. The middle class, they can do that extra to pay their bill. You know, do you know right now they replace all of them? A lot of truck, a lot of car with the Waymo. You see that?
Brother, I was a taxi I was a taxi cab driver before I was a truck driver. So Uber took my job. I became a truck driver because Uber took my job supporting my, at that time I had a family of 4. So I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes. So now instead of me having a job and thousands like me, taxi drivers having a job, Uber is getting 50% and our families had to go figure out something else. I mean, I'm actually glad I became a truck driver, but that's not the point. The more that corporate giants are making all the money, great. A few families have billions of dollars to buy 10 Ferraris. Well, what about the rest of us that are trying to make our car payment to get to work? What about us? We're the ones that actually make the money. We're the ones that are actually putting in the work. You know, it's not right. We need to change this, Bo. You know?
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because those greedy billionaires, they just care about themselves.
Yeah. Well, so what are you doing now? So you said you're illegal, right? Is the non-domicile hurting you?
Yeah, non domicile, that's it.
MCR, thanks for coming up, brother, and telling us that. Everybody, it's coming. So
Make sure if you're not following MCR, give him a follow. You know, everybody going together. So
yep, awesome man, awesome man. Bo, so what are you doing are you still driving or no? What's going on with
No,
you?
I'm not driving, just sitting home.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that, man. It's not right what they're doing,
I mean,
you know.
you know how hard it is when you're sitting home and then you have to pay for truck parking every month, and that's like kind of crazy.
I do. That's how I got started. When I was at MATTS a month ago, Mid American Truck Show 2026, I made a recording of the truck parking club that's coming out now. And I don't knock anybody. It's a free market. It's a capitalist society. But at what point, now that's $4,000 a year out of our pockets to park.
Yeah, exactly.
So when is enough enough? What's next? Charge us to use the bathrooms? Enough is enough. It's not a living wage anymore. Nothing is. Bo, my grandmother, I don't know if you know a lot about the Los Angeles area, but it's very expensive to live here. And my grandmother, 60 years ago, 70 years ago, she started as a grocery store bagger. Thank you, Sean, for the roses. She started as a grocery store bagger, bagging groceries, making minimum wage. In 5 years, she got to about $30 an hour. She bought a $2 million house. It didn't cost that much then, obviously, but right today it's $2 million. Hey, Fat Dog, welcome to the team with the heart me. Thank you. But when she passed away, you know, she had a couple $100,000 in her savings account. She was able to give all her kids 50 grand for college or a business. She had a good life. She went on vacation. She had the American dream. As a grocery clerk, cashier, brother. Today, it's a minimum wage job. You might make $22, $23 an hour tops as a grocery store clerk, which in her day would have been about like $5. Okay. So it's the corporate greed. It's just it's enough, and that's what we're doing here, Bo. We're trying to wake people up.
Yeah,
All
let me
right.
say that. I expect when the trucker, all the trucker have to be united. Even you don't domicile, if you domicile,
I agree.
all of us we need to united because the problem is not non-domicile CDL. The problem is the big corporate and the workers. They are the one, you know, trying to question all the driver out.
Yeah,
And think about that. Someone have like 5, 10 years experience in the market. How they gonna you gonna just lost your job?
that's
You
right.
lost your job and then go to like a minimum wage like 10, $15 an hour.
They don't care. We've lost the human connection. That's you know.
well, I wanna tell every person that's actually watching that has a CDL right now at this point that they should be looking at the non-domicile, every single non-domicile CDL holder that was actually out here driving, because one day that could be us if we don't bond together. If autonomous takes our job, this was a stepping stone to see if the system could actually take the overload of 1% of the industry of non-domiciles and see if they would actually go get other jobs. So we should be looking at what's going on right now and what is reacting and how this is actually going. So you're saying that you're sitting at home with your truck's parked. That is definitely a good body of evidence is saying that if 1% was taken off the road right now, how many of these people are now not being able to work, and what is it doing to your trucks? I say trucks should always be running. When you park a truck for 4 months, 5 months, stuff starts breaking down. You're starting to have to replace hoses in the dry rosin. It's not got the heat flowing system that it's designed to do. So I really honestly I think everybody should wake up and not downgrade any non-domicile CDL holder.
Yes.
That they had the opportunity. What we should be doing is bonding together, saying, "Hey, you know what? I just went through this, and it sucks. This
Mom?
is not what we don't want. You don't
Mom?
want this. So let's
I'm
all join
almost
together."
done, okay? Mom. Yeah.
Okay, I will,
Okay, I'm
I will-
almost
I
done,
will
okay?
follow- I
Maybe
will
10 more
follow your
minutes.
live and then just follow your live. Thank you.
You're welcome, Bo. Thanks for coming in, man. Go ahead, Sean.
Come up anytime. Come up
Yeah.
anytime. It's a good conversation with you.
Yep. And go tell all your friends, Bo. Go tell your friends about us. Go follow everybody. Get involved because what's going on is not right. Die Hard, welcome in. We're gonna give you your three. Okay, so we have two more people, guys. All right, we got two more peoples. FOPT has an announcement to make, and then so hang on one sec. Die Hard, go ahead.
Wait on. You want me to wait? FOPT can feel free to go if you'd like.
Oh, perfect. All right, Johnny, if you don't mind, we're gonna let FOPT. Mike, do you just want to say it real quick?
Say what? What are we talking about?
What your announcement in the comments to join you? When was it? Let's see.
Oh, yeah. This is what Sean and Jay Mitchell over there. Geez, I think Cisco's gonna be there. Rocky, Charlie, Sarah, all of us. Vince, I know you talked about being there. Basically, I think we got like 300 available spots for our teams, our Microsoft teams with FOPT. So that's why we offered it up that, why don't we just do it there? Because we can get 300 voices
Yeah.
all together in one area. But no, it's May 25th, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Basically, just a large brainstorming event to, if we can't stop it, hopefully bring it to almost a halt on the autonomous truck movement.
Cool. Cool.
Right now, I can't tell you, for anybody that might be naysaying right now, I have it on good authority. There is a 10-carrier conglomerate that is looking to purchase insurance for 6,000 autonomous trucks.
Oh my gosh.
Hirschbach has already announced with Aurora at the 500. We already have 60,000 Class 3 to Class 7 autonomous trucks from Giddick, which is another autonomous company, and they are all throughout Canada, Texas, Michigan, I think Arkansas as well. We know Kodiak has been doing the military stuff for a long time. So any of the naysayers that might be out there that are saying, "Oh, this ain't gonna be here," it's here, boys and girls.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we're all gonna stick our head in the sand like we did about the ELD mandate, and just gonna sit here and bitch and moan and groan and complain on social media, it's not gonna do anything. We have to come together. We have to take our differences, set them aside. I understand everybody has their ideals and their things that they're trying to do with their group or personally or whatever. And you know what? I support you. At this point, though, broker transparency, wage rates, floors, all of that, it doesn't matter if there's not a butt in the seats. If you don't have a driver in the truck, you don't have to worry about broker transparency.
Yeah.
If you
It's
don't
over.
have a butt in the seat, you don't have to worry about wage or rates or any of that. So, and I'll tell you, we can't figure out a way to put all of our differences aside and quit this arguing bullshit all the time and start working together. We have no room to talk.
Amen. Practice what we preach. Look in the mirror first. Look in the mirror first. So Mike, is it like a live that I can attend if I can't do it in person? Or everybody here watching?
So, I was talking about that with Bobby, my wife, and
Right.
she's thinking about if she's available that day, she works, medical.
Yeah.
But we are thinking about maybe having her monitor a live. And so, like, if there's somebody, like, if we do magically get more than 300 people, just a way for everybody else to still have a voice.
Right.
Or that maybe she can feed me. I'll try to keep an eye on the comments. We're trying to keep an eye on the comments.
Right.
But we are trying to have it in the teams. Now, I do want to make this clear. Just because we're using FOP, our Microsoft Teams, we are not leading this. I want to make this clear.
Unity. Wow. Look at that. Unity.
This is not, all this is
That's
we
great.
have the capability of doing it. And so I offered it up. That's all I did. Right here, use it. We paid for it. It's whatever. Come use it. We all get together. It's a way for us all to come together and talk. If you want the code or any of that, there is a video that is pinned to the top of FOPT's TikTok. In the description, it has all of the link. It has the access code, everything. So all you have to do is go there, click on the description. We all know how to do it. Click the more button. It opens up. It's right there. If you
Beautiful.
want to send directly, you can message myself, message Mitchell there with Die Hard Deals. Vince, did I send it to you directly?
You did.
I can't remember if I did or
Yep,
not.
you did.
Message Vince. Message Vince. He'll send it over to you.
Yep.
Sean's got one directly. There is a Telegram group that we are in. I think I put that link up a couple different times that JJ started. It's in the Telegram group as well. It's pinned to the top. JJ pinned it to the top. So
Nice.
And then Cupcake, I came up with a new idea that we're gonna do from now on in that Telegram group. So a lot of drivers are actually driving down the road and they're listening to what we're saying. But when we put information on there to read, we can't do that, right? So I'm gonna convert, and I'm gonna take my time, and I'm gonna convert every document that I have, and I'm gonna put it to where you can actually literally listen to it. So that way, we don't have to misskip or misread anything. You will be able to listen to it and actually take that knowledge and sink it in. And then you can put it on your page. You can talk about it because you actually heard it and actually understand what it was. So I think it's going to be an amazing group. I think the more we build a team together, it's going to be a team that is going to be unstoppable. We're going to make some changes, and I'm proud that everybody's going to be part of it.
And I want to piggyback off that. You know, a lot of these advocates, for all the watchers right now, you 32 beautiful souls, I just want to add that these advocates, none of us are getting paid for any of this. Our heart and soul goes into this. That work that he's about to do, that's going to take him an hour or two. So if you can find it in your heart to get involved at the very minimum by watching and commenting and reading or listening to what we're putting out there, we are doing this for the better of all man and womankind, right? We're not just doing this for us. Our passion is to help collectively, right? Unity, to help all of us. So if you can get involved in any way, shape, or form, whatever your gift is, we need you. And trust me when I say you have a gift. You definitely have a gift. So, Mike, anything else, brother?
I was just going to say, I hope everybody does realize that these trucks, these autonomous trucks, are capable of doing 2.5 times the work of a human truck driver. When we did the math off of Hirschbach averages 100,000 miles per driver. And now, mind you, I know people are going to argue this. I can only go off the MCS 150 numbers that they put up on their safer web. So I don't know what their current numbers are. They haven't put them up. But the last numbers they had 2,900 some drivers, and they had 290 some million miles, which is, when you do the math, about 100,000 miles a driver. When you sit down and do the math on what an autonomous truck can do without having to stop to poop or pee or get a drink or eat or sleep, any of that, it comes up to about 240,000 miles a year. So
good.
2.5 times. So when they go through and they say they're bringing in 500 trucks, that means they're potentially taking the jobs of 1,200 drivers. If you do that 6,000, if you do the 6,000, then when I talked to the buddy of mine there, and he's actually been, asked for a quote, that at 6,500, now we're talking 13,000 drivers.
Jeez, man. Yeah.
And everybody's like, well, maybe we can work together. Do you understand the overcapacity issue that happens at that point?
Right. Right.
The overcapacity that happens is unreal. And then the overcapacity that happens to our communities. We already have 6.8 million jobs available. There's 7.2 known unemployed individuals in the United States. If you just keep pushing truck drivers out, which in turn pushes HR people out, which in turn pushes dispatchers out, which in turn it's all the people that help support. It just doesn't work. So I'm gonna bounce back, Vic. I got a phone call. I'll be back in.
All right, brother. Thanks so much for letting us know, Mike. We'll be there. Go ahead. Who's next?
You said me, host.
I'm sorry. Hang on one sec. Yeah, so next up, Die Hard. Die Hard, go ahead, brother. These are going to be our last two on the show, and then we're ending the live. So if anybody has comments, now's your time. Ooh, Trucking Pontificator just came in. Leander, if you'd like to come up, we'll take one more. Go ahead, Die Hard. I'll shut up.
Yeah, after I finish up. So yeah, I want to piggyback off of what FOPT got done saying. So I myself, I'm not an FOPT member, but I align on specific issues in regards to trucking industry as an advocate myself.
Yeah.
So I am
No,
aligning
maybe 5 more minutes.
with FOPT for the reason of this pertinent issue right here, the AI and autonomous, and what we are going to do as an industry, not just in trucking, but the transportation industry, right? Because I'm sorry, at this point, like this issue really does transcend the whole broker transparency, any other thing, because, well, if everything keeps going the way it's going, brokers, dispatchers, truckers, we're all going to end up replaced the next 5 to 10 years, the way things are going, if we don't keep up with things. So I've been at work today with making some connections for the event on May 25th, to get us some other big keynote speakers in advocacy. And I've got some connections. I'll need to contact you, Sean, because I've got some stuff to help us out with legislative. One of my connections informed me that he's got some people that got some pull in government, that could potentially help us out.
Sweet.
So he wants to have conversations. So I knew you were kind of heading the whole like legislative strategy part of this. And so I'll be getting with you over the next, the next few days here. I got to really wrap up my advocacy stuff because my wife and I got a baby due here soon. So,
Oh, man, congrats. Coming up soon.
on next Monday. So
Wow.
wrap things up because I'm not going to be available for a couple weeks to talk about it.
Sure.
Much.
Yeah, no, bond with that baby, brother.
Yeah. Made, and I gotta get with FLPT more there too, because some of the people that I reached out to, they may want the mic for about 5 to 10 minutes to share what some of their strategies are, because like he said, it's gonna be a solutions strategy. Hey, bring your solution. This is not gonna be a come and complain and all this. We don't
right. Solutions.
Use of that time, so that way we all get a better idea of solutions, and we can organize out to which solutions we're going to take action through and be a part of to further, right?
That's right.
That's the big thing, and that's the mindset people need to understand. That's the reason why I'm deciding, there's been some things, as far as all these different advocacy groups, there's things with FOPT that I agree on and I don't agree on. We're never going to agree 100%. The petty differences aren't what matters, but saving our industry overall from the globalist agenda tyranny that is being imposed upon us through the puppet strings within our government is what's of most pertinent thing, because that is what it really amounts to, guys. The reason that they're bringing in all these different AI control systems, it's about 1973 when the World Economic Forum began, and they began shaping the whole New World Order narrative and their agenda. They'd seen that people are resistant to it, but there's things that we acquiesce about and don't step up properly. And so through implied consent, they keep moving it, but they see it conflicting more with their agenda and what the people want. So how do they fix that? They replace us with technology, right?
because we don't agree with it. But they don't want us around because we're useless to their agenda. So when it all boils down to it, we have to we're up against a huge thing. And so it's going to require any more than one advocacy group, any more than any one single advocate. It's going to require a brain trust of activity to operating at a similar level for us to have a chance at fighting back. And that's why we can unite on this one issue, but really it's deeper, because we talk about things about how this affects the economy and about loss of jobs. Well, that whole thing is changing too. We know this administration in this country right now is very big tech friendly. I mean, he's basically handed it to him on a silver platter for a digital control grid.
Well, Die Hard,
The US dollar we're all chasing is going to become a thing of the past here real shortly.
yeah. It's not
So
just
this
the
is
drivers, brother. What about your baby? You have to support your new baby coming into the world. That matters. That matters.
Exactly. And for a while, I have been trying to strategize with other advocates, and we are developing a plan and solution to create supporting infrastructure that mirrors not only the local government and what the ATA is doing, but then hopefully accentuates further into a mirrored brain trust effect against the globalist agenda to basically, we're going to have to start we're going to have to be reborn as a nation, like the phoenix from the ashes. But if we can manage to put our heads together, we can create alternative systems of infrastructure that run parallel, adjacent to the globalist agenda. But we have to act together, and we have to bring our strengths. We have to understand each other's weaknesses, not cut each other down, but appreciate each other's weaknesses if we have a strength that we can help them, right?
That's right. That's right.
Right? It's an adaptive mindset. We don't have to cut each other down when somebody says something wrong. People view the word ignorance as like that's always an insult, right?
Right. But it's not.
I learned how to interpret if somebody is calling me ignorant. It just means I don't know something about that. I'm missing information. I was misinformed, disinformed. Take that as an opportunity of empowerment to say, okay, I can go back and I can self-educate myself and learn about these things. Learn more, because it only strengthens you to help strengthen others. So we're going to continue to work behind the scenes, and we've got some stuff that we want to be able to bring out. I can't talk about because of agreements, but we're trying to create something that starts the whole infrastructural movement to support this industry in a way that unifies it, that gives all the different groups and things a better voice, and we can move on other important topics outside of autonomous. But autonomous is definitely, as far as from my partnerships and everything, that is key number one thing. Because if we don't fix it, guys, we might have another 5 years of being safety drivers if we're lucky to hold on and fight for those jobs when there's going to be an overcapacity issue trying to fill those seats, and then that's going to further suppress our wages. But when you look 10 more years down the road, the way that this technology is advancing, the data center infrastructure, the AI camera infrastructure, not only just the AI cameras in our trucks, but the AI cameras in the autonomous regular cars, the flock cameras you see out there, even some of these phones, they are learning so much things from us to teach our replacements. It's not even.
How about the pilot, brother? Did you watch my video on the pilot? Sean and my video on the pilot?
Yeah, yep, on the pilot.
Sean was the one that told me. Sean told me, and then literally the next day I got the email. Sean had it before I even got an email. Go ahead, Sean.
And I know, real quick, and I know a lot of this to some of you may sound like I'm some deep-seated conspiracy theorist. And it's a deep tangled web of a problem we have. Okay? But understand, the information is actually pretty public. You want to understand the globalist plans? World Economic Forum has a website. Do all the reading you want. There's a lot of information there. You got to kind of read between the lines. But it's pretty evident with the things they're tied into what their plan is.
Right.
You look at what the administration is rolling out through big tech,
pretty obvious there. You know, World Health Organization, UN, again, they all have it out there in the public. Because if they tell you and you don't do it, you don't do anything about it, that acquiescence is what they consider implied consent.
I just realized that they tell you their plans right out in the open. And if you don't do anything about it,
Sometimes it's
you're
hard to find
compliant.
the way they tell it too through cinema.
Right.
That's another form called revelation of method. Okay. So, like, you know, people say, oh, it's kind of like I saw in like the Hunger Games or George Orwell's 1984. Those cinema was another way of them telling you what they're going to do, outlaying it in a parallel reality to get you to understand the concept. And that way, if you see it in real life and you don't do anything about it, again, implied consent.
Right. Right.
It's funny how it works with them. It's a backwards ass, corrupted mindset. It is.
It's evil, brother. It's just evil. I mean, not just evil, but
narcissism is what
it's
it
evil.
really is.
It's evil. Guys, if you're not following Die Hard, go check out his videos. He's extremely educated. He does a lot of research, just like Sean.
I do my best.
Yeah, go check out his video. If you look at 40 beautiful souls in here. Dude, every week this show is getting bigger and bigger. I am so excited and I am so joyful that all of you are here. Thank you for spending your time to be here with us. It means a lot to us because your time matters and your time is extremely valuable. So thank you. If you're not following Die Hard, go follow him. He's got some great videos, man. We're a team.
Yep.
We're a team.
Look forward to working with everybody. We'll get together and like I said, Sean, I'll be getting a hold of you and Vince, and we're going to discuss some more strategy stuff too. Okay.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Well, I have a quick question for Die Hard before he leaves.
Okay.
For the host, I was with the fellow on top, and that's how I came to your live. And I'm a driver, and I've been listening to this. You know, I knew about Totemis, but you know, the order of the 500, I didn't know until this week. Of all the groups I've been to, everybody is very knowledgeable, but everybody is light on one thing. Like I was talking to all my friends today and we stopped to eat right now, and I was talking to like 8 of them, and I explained to them, what's happening and the orders that are being put in, and just like they did with the taxis in San Francisco everywhere. But what I'm getting at, I don't hear too many people. I just heard a little bit right now from Die Hard. That's it is this administration is surrounded by techie, and they're putting big money. You look at Elon, and when he was sworn in,
Gatekeepers.
the most techie people. So what I'm getting at to land the plane on what group is doing the most for us? I know people say both groups suck. This that. Which is the group politically? Because you're gonna need some politically.
Neither one, because it's controlled opposition, my friend. Party politic ideology is what foundationally has destroyed this country.
So neither of those guys we can trust.
Neither of them are for us. It's controlled opposition. It's puppet strings.
Johnny, I've been doing this about 8-9 months now. I really believed in the government, and I thought that they did care about us. But my view today is, this is my opinion, they don't care about us. My belief is that they're just lining their pockets. They're thinking about themselves.
What money you bring and
yes,
what control you have. What power do you have?
We have to fix it, Johnny.
That's the only way you can make them do what you want.
Okay, Trump's always had traps at the White House.
Tell them.
Yeah.
Okay, so so neither party.
No. No.
It's got to be us.
That's right. I'm not even, dude. I'll be honest. I used to vote just a certain color. Shame on me. Shame on me. I didn't research my different candidates and vote for who I thought was right. I like to be vulnerable, Johnny, because I feel like a lot of people are like me. They don't want to say it because they're afraid of getting insulted. I don't care about being insulted because I'm here for the Lord. I'm here for the Lord and for truck drivers and small carriers. I'm not here to be everybody's friend. I'm here for a purpose, right? We're here for a purpose. So, Johnny, the truth is, we, the people, are the ones in power. You're the power, brother. I'm the power. Sean's the power. Die Hard is the power. The government is just our employees. That's all they are. They're like our children. We tell them what to do. They don't tell us what to do. So that's what we're doing. We're empowering the people, we the people, to activate, to wake up, to get involved somewhere. You know?
Because I voted 3 times for Trump, and like I don't see anything coming. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
They're not going to fix anything. Their life is great. What do they care about saving our life for? When Trump lost,
Billions. Yeah.
when Trump lost my, I don't know, when he lost my support was when he talked. It was like 6, 7 months ago when he was talking about building up the ballroom, $200 million off the taxpayers to build the ballroom. My thought on that was, wait a minute. You have a ballroom. It works right now. The American people are hurting. American families are hurting. You said America first, but you want to put people are literally unaliving themselves because they're not making a living wage. And you want to put $200 million worth of marble, slap it on a wall to impress people around the world. I don't care about other leaders around the world. I care about my elected employees. They're my employees. That's what I care about. I want them to make you, I don't know you personally, Johnny, but they need to make your life better, my life better. It's our pursuit of happiness, not theirs. I'm sorry, but they're in a representative position to make our life better, our pursuit of happiness come true, not their own. And if they are, they need to get out of office or we need to kick them out of office. That's my opinion.
You're right. But I'm not seeing anything 3 times, and I'm not seeing anything.
I know we're all there, brother. We're all there. We're done. We don't believe the lies.
During his first administration, now, I believe in the beginning he started off well, but then the globalists got their puppet strings on him. And right around the time when, in like 2017, 2018, you've seen a big transition in the way he spoke, and especially when you've seen that he allowed that he pushed through the the orders into law that the autonomous trucks could start testing. And then those strategic partnerships that aligned with, that then took off from that, were all World Economic Forum partners. They had or were heavily invested in by BlackRock, State Street, all that shit, which are World Economic Forum partners. Anything that you hear BlackRock touching, that is World Economic Forum. Um, you know, I believe that a lot of their plans were somewhat slowed down because Hillary didn't get in. But they've become that both sides have just become nothing but monsters of propaganda.
Right.
That's all they're doing to keep you in the illusion that either one of them have the solution to your problems, when it's both parties and the corporate puppet masters that create the problems so they can offer you the solution they want to work for their agenda.
Die Hard, you know what I want to do in the next election, I want to vote for the least popular person just to try to throw off the balance altogether, because maybe that's the answer, because just voting red or blue is not good enough anymore.
It's one way, but I think that the voting system I think that's been adulterated, in my opinion.
Right.
I don't think our votes really matter because they can gerrymander your district lines for your electoral college districts. Like, I mean, they gerrymander those things all the time to better suit their purposes and to capture your votes. So it's all, the biggest thing is when it comes to like what I talked about before with the alternative infrastructure method, is it goes to a level, like I said, where we get to the point where it's a parallel and adjacent system, and we're lawfully able to completely separate from our dependence upon their control. And
well said. Well said.
Require a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if we're successful, some of the bigger corporate parts may start breaking away from the globalist control because they'll see that, okay, well, we're losing all of our client base because, and I'm hoping some of that has to do with communication infrastructure, because that one's a really tricky part to solve. Really tricky.
Well,
and is big part of the reason why they've been able to divide us like this is because they create subversion of language. They censor free speech on platforms like this. They make us talk differently.
Yep.
To suit their narrative, right?
Right.
And that control over a key part of infrastructure is a huge part of the reason why we have a problem with gathering and uniting on any front as a nation, because they control all this infrastructure. These phones we hold in our hand, how it operates.
Die Hard, I don't know everything, but you know what I do know for a fact? I'd bet my life on this. Okay. Americans, true-blooded Americans, will never live on their knees. Period. We are a rebellious people. We are a strong people, and there's something about the red, white, and blue spirit that you cannot destroy it. It's not going to be destroyed. It's a human thing. It's not even a country thing. It's like a type of strength that can't be explained other than we're gonna go on our feet, not serve on our knees. So I don't care what they try, they will never win. Darkness might take over for a little bit, but light always shines through the darkness.
It does, and it is. It's beginning to. I'm seeing a lot of people,
Same.
but it's gotta come quick. We got like the next maybe one, two, three is a reach. If we don't really come together as a people, not just in the trucking issues, but people together in this country and start really pounding out some of these issues, and the technology grid is going to lay so thick, they're going to cut us all off from each other. It's going to get
Right.
really bad.
Right.
I want to comment on George's comment down there before he bounces out, because I know he comes in and out all the time. So he's still in here, perfect. He was saying something about, he's like, hey, I want to make it clear, non-domicile is not the issue anymore. And I was going to say, I think non-domicile was used in a plan to see if a system will work, right? So if we could take 1% of non-domiciles off the market, now we make a pathway for autonomous trucks. We want to see if 1% of people, the population, can actually go back out and get jobs, to see if they can readapt back into society and keep their house payments and whatever else they got, their card payments. So do I think non-domicile was used in this experiment? Man, I feel bad for you guys, which I've always felt bad for you guys from the beginning. And it's time to once again to bond together. Now you guys have the power to say, hey, you know what? I've been there. It sucks. I lost my job, and bond together and say, hey, you know what? This is how you get through it. We all have to bond. You guys did a heck of a job, right? You got the DACA and everything else. You've been in the system, so you know the loopholes. So,
George is amazing, man. Before George came,
you have a lot of work.
Done. Somebody else wants.
Don't stop doing what you're doing.
before George came in, I was before George came in and educated us all on what non-domicile really meant. I fell for it hook, line, and sinker from Sean Duffy and everybody else. I fell for it hook, line, and sinker. Now I know really you got to do the research. You especially, in my opinion, cannot believe what those global elites are telling us. But guys, we got to get out of here. For all of you trying to come up right now, I apologize. We're already an hour over, and my dad is really sick. I got to help take care of him. He is towards the end, if you know what I mean. So he's actually watching the live right now. So yeah.
I do. All right.
Yeah.
We're in this together, and I'm so happy to see everybody starting to really come together. And Vince, what you and Sean have done here with this platform, you guys are a big piece of that. So I hope you
Thank
guys
you.
give yourselves a big pat on the back. And I'm gonna owe you guys a fucking beer and a steak dinner one of these days. So
Oh, we will. We'll meet up. We'll meet up.
all right.
Yep. Okay. Thanks for coming up, Die Hard. You're truly I look up to you, brother. I really do. All right. So keep up the good fight. Keep up the good work. Let's see. George, I don't know if you heard Bo talking earlier, but reach out to him. He's a non-domicile guy. He was saying a lot of stuff earlier. You might want to reach out to him. And Bo, if you're still watching, I meant to tell you, brother, this guy right here, George Rivera, go follow him, DM him. He is the non-domicile king. He is a huge advocate in America for non-domicile and for, foreigners coming in and just having issues, like knowing what the law really is. Man, my hat goes off to you, George. You are a true American spirited, have the heart of an American, brother. You really do, man. Guys like you are special and rare. And that's what I just want for everybody. I would like to see it. Sean and I both, we would like it for everybody to find what your advocacy is, to find what your passion is, And that's 9/10 the battle in life, right? Finding what your calling is, finding what you're good at. What is your gift? You got to experiment. If you're nervous, look at 29 people still in here. Every week it's jumping. It's getting more popular, and I love that. If you have an idea, you have a solution, come up and talk to us. Don't be shy. Comment, like, share if you like. We really appreciate your guys' time and all your energy and watching. We appreciate you guys. If you haven't been to wethetruckers.com, it's an amazing website. If you have some time and some free time, go if you want to check it out, you can. Wethetruckers.com by Jane and Mike. Also, Trucking the USA Today over on Facebook, very knowledgeable, a lot of facts on there. A lot of folks have done a lot of research for you for free to bring you a lot of things that are affecting all of us, that are hurting all of us. So it's really important. Also, we're going to start going live on that FB profile as soon as we get enough followers and have waited the time period, because it's a brand new site on Facebook. Trucking the USA Today. Sean, brother, any last words?
No, I want to thank every single person that came up into the live and got the courage. Some people, it's first time it's coming into lives. It's a little nerve wracking. I actually can hear it in their voice, and I'm proud to hear people's voices that have a message with a whole bunch of support behind them. You may not be able to hear it, but I can hear it. I can hear the people that's actually have put your voice, their voice, into your voice. So. That's what our group's about. Is here is just coming into the live, talking about the industry, how we can fix it, the brainstorming, everything you guys tell me that's on here. I research it. So if it's information that you want to get out there and see what it is, I look at it. I can't sleep when I'm looking up something. When somebody says something about insurance, I go dig deep. I'm like, hey, I don't know the answer to this. Let me go find it. I've actually took all that information and I actually have put it in an archive, as if you call it. So if anybody that wants to look into this information and wants to say, hey, you know what, I want to go see if I can fix the insurance problem, all you have to do is get with me. I have a lot of research in that area to help save you some time. If you want to get into other advocacy groups, join them. As a team. One person trying to do it by themselves will never work. But if you build a team together, you will definitely make some stuff happen. So for that, I'm going to leave it with you, Vince. And yeah, like I said, thanks for everybody coming. And don't forget to stop in on Friday. See if you didn't get here to her today.
That's right. That's right. Well, thank you, Sean. And I just want to say thank you for all your hard work, Sean. For those of you that don't know, Sean doesn't sleep really. I think he's a robot. I'm not sure if he's even human, because literally every time I call him, he's researching more. He's calling me. You'll never believe what I found. Like, he has a gift. God has given him a gift to look through the cracks. He follows the money. He finds facts. It's facts over feelings. Trust but verify, right? No offense, I say this respectfully. We don't care about your truth. We don't care about our truth. We care about the truth. And Sean is a huge component of that. Sean holds me accountable. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I make mistakes. Sean will be the first to hold me accountable. And I hope that you all will, because I'm man enough to own it. If I make a mistake, or we get a fact wrong, which is pretty rare, but we do get things wrong. We're human. We're all human. We're all looking at the same stuff online. So who knows what is the truth, right? So let's find the truth together. Let's be critical thinkers. Let's be truth seekers. Let's be truthfully truth seekers. None of this BS. I think we're all to a point where we don't want BS in our life anymore. All of you that are watching, thank you so much. God bless you. I wish the best for you and your family. I wish you health. I wish you good fortune. I wish you joy with you and your families. Forgiveness is huge. And I will tell you right now, there's been a couple people in my life it was hard to forgive. Like one guy that took my little brother's life. I forgave him. For years, I was an angry person. I forgave the guy that took my brother's life, my little brother. And you know what? It's given me peace. It's given me joy, actually. I know that sounds wrong. It sounds wrong, but it's not. So if there's somebody you're not forgiving today in your life, maybe consider forgiving them. I'm telling you, it works. It really does work. Not always, but Sometimes it works. Anyways, thank you for watching. Thank you for tapping the screen. Thank you for the comments, the shares, the likes, the gifts. We're going to be here. We are on permanent lives Tuesday mornings, 10 a.m. Pacific, and we are here for y'all Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific. If any of you want to change those times, just let us know. We will consider it or we'll do it. A lot of you, Friday night was too late. We had it at, I think it was 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. and we dialed it back. We haven't had any complaints, so I think it's working for people. But if you have an idea of what we're doing wrong or something we could do better, let us know. DM us. Please, everybody, follow each other, support one another, not just here, everywhere, because it's going to take a team. It's going to take a group. It's going to take a brotherhood, a sisterhood to get this done. Okay, we need help. We need all the help we can get. So find your gift, get involved, please. Love yourselves and each other. 1 Corinthians chapter 16 verses 13 through 14 says this: be on your guard, stand still in the faith, be courageous, be strong, do everything in love. A truck driver is supposed to be trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. And on my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the truck law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. This is the end of the live. Please come back and see us on Friday. If you're free, come back and see us on Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific. It's always Pacific. So whatever, you'll have to adjust your times wherever you are in the USA. Let's get it, truck drivers. Let's take back the industry that we love. It belongs to us, not them, not a few. We are literally letting, 100 people, 200 people control us. How crazy is that? Us, truck drivers, the strongest people that I know, period, other than soldiers or cops or firefighters, we're right there with them. Our job is actually more dangerous. Anyhow, sorry if you didn't get to come up. I apologize. Come back and see us on Friday, 6 p.m. We'll get you up. You will get your 3 minutes no matter what. If I didn't get you up, if we didn't get you up, we're sorry. Have a great day. Keep the shiny side up and the dirty side down. Follow and subscribe for more. Remember, we're on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Truth Social, and LinkedIn. All right. And if you haven't, please check out WeTheTruckers.com and Trucking the USA Today on Facebook. See you guys later. Have a great day. Keep the shiny side up and the dirty side down.